Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Hey, what's up, guys? Lord Skunk here in the house, live, coming at you on Monday, April 14th. We are getting closer and closer to the release of these guilds. This guild update that they're going to be releasing here. I believe it's going to be at the end of the month is when they're going to do it. But a lot of the stuff has been data mined, so we got some good stuff to go over. We're going to talk about the 2 characters that are going to be released in the guild shipments, at least as of right now. Now, keep in mind, anything data mined can change in the future. So there are 2 characters we'll go over that currently are showing that they're going to be released in shipments. We went over a little bit in the raids yesterday, talked about that, talked about some of the guild stuff, but we did have some great points from some of our community members that I was able to get up on lordskunk.com that we'll go through. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure that you are heading to lordskunk.com at least a couple times a day. I will be joined a little bit by Sith Lord Stu, my ever-loving co-host. He will be with us here in just a little bit. Currently, though, just a real quick update about where I'm sitting at. Okay, I'm currently sitting at 76.5. So some of my allies and some of our community members and people that you guys know, I was looking on here today. Yo-Yo Yoda's at 78 already. Oh my goodness, 78. Yo-Yo Yoda's out of control. Already level 78, and I did see FTB Mace Window. It's currently at 77. So yeah, people are making that push towards 80, man, for sure. 76 and a half. So I don't think I'm doing too bad, at least compared to some of my allies. Here's 77, Janapa. So yeah, so we're moving along. You know, it wasn't quite as quick, obviously, as 60 to 70. It's definitely a lot more of a grind, but it's kind of cool, man. I like it. It's you know, it's kind of brings me back to those old days of like the original World of Warcraft, you know, where it took a long time to level up, so it made it kind of a little more epic, you know, made it a little, when you got that next level, it felt, you know, had a better feeling to it. So same thing goes with this new protection stuff. I mean, I really like it. I like the fact that you know, there's a little bit more strategy involved, but you know, I could see maybe 80, you know, it being a little bit redundant when I think they could have just gave us a little bit more health. So I do have the strength challenge. We'll go over that. One last battle on that. Let me see. Sith Lord Stu, you there? You with us?
Yes, I am. What's up, Skunk?
What's up? What's up? Hey, one of our longtime viewers, been with me since the beginning. Tassine just asked, how many refreshes on Cantina and Energy do you buy? I'm refreshing Cantina twice. So what is that? It's 100. And then what is it?
200.
And 200, yeah. So I'm refreshing it up to 400, right? Stopping at 400 is what I'm doing. Now, in regards to light side and dark side, I was refreshing up to 900, so stopping at 900, doing the 400s. But with the release of this this event for the Omega Mats, I decided to stop when I got to 400, so not do 400 on light side and dark side, and just do the put that crystals towards the Omega material event, refreshing that. What are you doing, Steve? Stu, are you doing the same thing, or are you a little different?
Pretty much. I did dial back on the normal energy refreshes just because I'm gonna reallocate those crystals to the Omega Mats. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, wow. Look at the big difference. I just did that strength challenge. Remember we did that in a live stream and you guys were all telling me, I just autoed, I didn't pay attention, it's already over. So, wow, yeah, they definitely brought the damage down to those 2 bosses down significantly. So interesting. Good. I know a lot of people were complaining about it, they couldn't get through it, but I don't know. You know, it's a fine line, man. It's a balance between making it challenging and interesting and keeping our attention, and then making it too easy, you know. Stu?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So you didn't even respond to what you said. What happened there? I'm actually letting you talk
sorry.
today. So.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't really expecting
We're
that.
prepared for that. Well, I got 2 Galactic Wars that I could do because I've been really slacking on my Galactic Wars. So I have a big announcement to make for today. That's not the big announcement I'm going to tell you guys on Friday, but I have a big announcement for today. I am going to relinquish my Droid account. I'm no longer going to play my Droid account. I'm going to let that die off into the sunset. Maybe in a week or 2 we'll double check. We'll log back into it and see where I stand with it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop that. It's just too much, man. There's just too much stuff going on, especially when we got these guilds coming up. I'm gonna have too much going on to be able to handle 2 accounts. So I'm gonna let that one go. So death to the Droid account. But that account did teach me this. It taught me a little bit about the free-to-play struggle. And it taught me about droids because I hadn't been running droids on my main account. So taught me about droids and how powerful they are and how powerful they became after the protection update. And with this addition of the Jawa Engineer, which we're going to go over here in just a minute, it's really difficult. Or it's going to make it really difficult with droid teams, I think, by adding in the Jawa Engineer. Having a healer specific to the droids is going to be really nice. I mean, you could put Lumi in now, and you could put Daka in. Some people run with Daka in those droid teams, which are cool, man. You can do it, but man, to have a character, a healer specifically, that can revive your droids and boost them up with their synergies, it's going to be really nice. So we'll take a look at him, and keep in mind again, like I said, this is all data mined information, so some of this stuff can change. But right now, he's looking really good. Did you have a chance to look at him, Stu?
Yes, I did. And he has been a character that's highly been requested. And after reading about him and look what we can do, and being so specific and helping out the droid team so much, I think a lot of people are excited for him. Skunky there.
Sorry, I was just checking something. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Sorry. I took my headphones out for just a second. I was just checking something. And sorry about that. What did you ask me?
Yeah, I don't, well, it's happened to the both of us already. No, I was just saying that the Jawa Engineer, because of his specialized capabilities, he's already been a character that's been highly requested. That I know you and I have been hearing about a lot for the last couple of months. And now that he's finally coming, now that we got a little bit of glimpse into him, I think people are going to be really, really excited for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he wasn't really high on my radar, because I didn't know when he was coming, but we were talking about it last night in Discord, and one of the members put up an awesome post, which we'll go over here in a minute on lordskunt.com. But he was kind of bringing to my attention. He was like, this guy's going to be pretty sick, with these droids. And he started asking me some questions about him. I said, well, hey, let me pull him up. Let me look at him. Let me see what you're talking about. And man, the guy's super fast. I mean, the guy's got like a speed of 153 when he's geared out. And then plus he gains additional speed for every droid or Jawa. But primarily I think he'd run him with droids for the most part. He's going to gain that speed. So man, he's going to be really fast. He's going to be able to take a lot of turns, which are good because his 2 main abilities, I think, are what's going to make him. And we'll go over him in just a second. I won't get too deep into it and confuse people. But another topic you're talking about in the live chat, which we had a long discussion on last night, was these guild events, which one of our community members went and formatted all the information that was data mined. It was really kind of hard to read, kind of jumbled up. He formatted it all and put it together. And man, to get to those heroic, some of those heroic tier 7 battles are going to be really tough. So we're going to look at that too, so everybody can see that. But yeah, I did the math last night on it. We were breaking them all down, and it's going to be difficult, man. I mean, not just any guild is going to be able to do this. You're going to have good coordination, good communication, good teamwork, all that good stuff. So if you don't have a guild yet, and you're looking at joining one, you need to join one regardless. But if you want to join ours, you're more than welcome to. We will have guilds set up for every single community member in here. You will be in a guild. I as well as Stu and the other Team Skunk leaders will oversee that for you. Now, I wanted to go with our guild name as Skunk Nation. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was shooting for. But unfortunately, somebody bought that .com, so no Skunk Nation. That's out. So instead, we went with Team Skunk. So we do have, that will be the guild name and some variation of it for our other guilds. So we'll probably have at launch, when guilds launch, we'll probably have around 10 guilds that we'll be running with as of right now, based on the community members we have. And that's growing every day, so who knows, maybe 12 by the time it's released, depending on how long it takes. But everybody will have a guild. We'll coordinate that. I will oversee every guild. I will work with every guild leader, because you can only have 50 people per guild. So I'll work with them to make sure that everybody's progressing along the way they should. So if you're not in a top tier guild to start with us, because maybe you're a little bit behind or whatever, but you want to ramp it up and you want to rise through the ranks, you can do that. So it's not, we're going to be moving people around in these guilds. It's not just going to be, hey, you're in this guild and that's where you're at forever. No, the guild leaders will let me know, when it's time for somebody to move up, or if somebody falls out, we'll just move you up that way. So it'll be really cool, man. It's going to be exciting. I know people are always asking about it and always talking about it in our Discord chat. So there's always good conversation going in there. But for the most part, my thing is don't worry, have no fear. We're going to work it all out. Everything will come together once it's live. We have voice chat with every single person that's in Discord, and they don't have to talk back, but they can listen. We can coordinate them and put them in the right place, so everybody will have a guild. It'll be a good thing, man. Once it's all said and done. So Stu, what have you been hearing about the guilds from the community?
A lot of questions, but still a lot of excitement. A lot of people want to make sure that they're going to be in the best guild possible to get the best payout possible that suits their ranking and everything. And guys, trust us, we will have guilds for everyone. This is something that we are monitoring, but there are some key pieces of information that we're missing right now, which is why we kind of limit the talk on that a little bit, and our answers to questions have kind of been a little static, not changing much, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. We're on it. You will be in a guild. And another thing that's come up is we will not tolerate any leeches. This is something that we will be monitoring. We will be watching. And if somebody hasn't participated in, a week or so and hasn't told us, because we're all a pretty tight-knit community. We're all talking. So if somebody does go on vacation for a week or something, we're probably going to know about it. But if there's some guy that joined in on the guild and hasn't been doing anything, see you later, and we'll promote somebody else. Believe me, Skunk Nation is huge and getting bigger all the time.
Yeah, so we'll move people around. If somebody does got to go out of town, or we got some people in the military, man, we support them 100%. So if they got to go on a some type of thing where they have to do where they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone from Wi-Fi or internet for a while. Then they can notify us. We can just move them down to more of the casual tiered guilds, okay, for that time period, move somebody else up. So we're going to give people an opportunity to move and rise and do all the good stuff. So it'll be really exciting, man. I'm excited about it. I understand why there's a lot of questions about it, because some people have never participated in guilds. They just don't know a lot about it. But yeah, it's going to be good stuff. And speaking of that, let's just move to that post real quick. So talking about the guild daily challenges. Wow, all tiers.
It's Monday.
Yeah, Monday, man. I've been doing a lot of streams. I did a lot of. I spent a lot of time in Discord last night. I happened to get in there for a while and was able to talk to people last night. So I got to spend some time talking to the community that way. So I was up a little bit later than I probably should have been doing that, but that was okay. I enjoyed it. Some good stuff came out of it. But basically, Matthew Cray, I think is how you say his last name, but he posted this data mine guild challenges info in a comment on lordskunk.com, and so I went ahead and put it up here. But it looks like there's going to be some serious work put in to get to these higher level tiers for these guild challenges. And keep in mind, these are daily. But here's the guild challenges. So let's just look at Saturday, for example, or Sunday, I'm sorry. Let's just look at Sunday. They title it, "This Should Be Easy, Right?" And then... Stu, you better whip your calculator out, because you know how I am with math. I don't like doing that.
Nice.
So tier 7, just keep in mind tier 7, 3,060 Cantina battles divided by 50.
That's going to be 61.2 a day.
61.2 per guild member per day. So times that by 8, that's the lowest energy you can spend on a guild battle. So what's the minimum energy investment?
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What?
I said times that by 8, because that's the minimum energy investment. If you go to the battles, like if you do Geo's node, it's 8 energy. So Cantina battle, I mean, you know, I don't think you want to sit there and do the level 7s. I mean, that's gonna be crazy. So let's just do it on like Geo's node. So 8 Cantina energy, right?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up real bad for me.
Can you guys hear me on the live chat? Let me know if you guys see my live chat. Stu might need to update. Did you update Discord today?
Hold on, let me restart Discord.
Yeah, let me know if you guys hear me okay in the live stream. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Discord had an update. He might not update it. I updated mine. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, Stu, I think it's because he's at the older version of Discord, so he's going to update that real quick, and then it should be good to go. He's slacking, man. He's slacking.
It's called work.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so you updated your Discord. Now you're good again. Okay, I can hear you good. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to take 3,060 Cantina battles divided by 50 guild members. Okay, times that by 8 energy. That's the minimum energy investment for Cantina.
Okay.
Okay, so what is that number?
It was a 61.2 times 8, right?
Yeah, 61.2. 61.2 battles. So basically 62 battles you have to do, Cantina battles, on Sunday. Every single member of the guild has to do it if you're going to get heroic.
Wow.
So how much energy is that?
489.6. So 490.
So 490 energy, Cantina energy to do that. So what you're going to have to do, okay, and we talked about this last night, you need to prepare. You need to hold some of that energy over, not use that energy on Saturday. So on Saturday, you'd have to save all your Cantina energy and bring that over. We're also going to be doing a ton of refreshes and spending a bunch of money. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the Monday's challenge, which is 9,900 light side battles. So basically, again, I hope you still got that calculator. We're going to need it. 9,900 divided by 50.
198.
198 battles apiece times, what's the lowest? Six energy is the
6.
lowest? Yep. So that means you got to do garbage battles to do it. So you're not going to get any good training droids or credits or anything like that. So it's like 900, isn't it? 900.
Yep, and that still comes out to 1,188 energy.
Yeah, 1,000. So 1,188 energy you're going to need just to do. Just every single guild member has to do it. So just imagine this. Okay, just imagine this for a minute. 49 people do that. But the last dude doesn't. Ouch.
Get out, Leech.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, you think about it, though. Like Riemann said.
That's rough.
Well, Riemann had a great point. You know, what if somebody gets into a car accident or something? You know what I mean? I mean, they don't even mean to. They don't even mean to. They just, whatever happens, and they can't get on to do that. So 49 people do it, and then the 50th doesn't. Wow. So, that's why we're going to need that good coordination. We need to have that good communication within the guild. See, the nice part about ours is that if something like that happens, we got 1,000 people that we could put in to do that. You know what I'm saying? We could drop somebody out, put somebody else in into the guild. Yep. If that happens. So, it's going to be important, man. There's going to be a lot of coordination stuff to go along with these guilds. I think we're way ahead of everybody. I had some people in the live chat ask, how do you join the guild? Joining the guild is the simplest thing in the world. First off, just type into your internet web browser, teamskunk.com, and that will give you all of the information that you need to know, because it is this easy to join the Team Skunk Guild. You basically join our Discord server. You be active. You follow our community rules, which obviously we keep everything PG. You know, we have a lot of members from all different ages from all around the world. So that's the only real rule that we have is just keep everything clean, keep everything professional. I mean, we're not just like you know, a group of people. I mean, we're like a family. It's becoming more like a family feel. I mean, people are building those connections and those bonds. You know, so it's pretty cool. Like, for example, I found out, you know, Stu lives like an hour from me. So, you know, I could drive 30 minutes one way. Stu could drive 30 minutes towards me. We could meet up for lunch, you know, grab a drink, go over some of the stuff, do it in person. So, you know, he would have to pick up the tab, of course, but, you know, that would be cool.
Not a problem.
So, but yeah, there's some good stuff here. Now, there's some easier ones of these challenges. Now, the Galactic War one, so on Tuesday, basically everybody just needs to complete their Galactic War. Okay, for the most part. Now, you can have like 1 or 2 that miss, I think. They can do 11 battles and maybe not make that last battle. I think it's like a couple people could do that. But for the most part, everybody just needs to complete their Galactic War battles. Wednesday, the hard mode one. Now, that could be tougher. A challenging endeavor. That's not that big a deal, I don't think. Then the dark side one's obviously just like the light side one earlier in the week. And then Saturday is 500 PvP attempts. So basically, everybody needs to do... what, 10? Is that what it is? Everybody needs to do 10 attempts. So 500 divided by 50 is 10, right?
Yep, so you got to do a 50 crystal refresh.
Yeah. Yep, to be able to do that. So, you know, that's not that big a deal. That's not that terrible. That one's not as tough as like these missions ones. These mission ones are hurt because you got to spend your energy on probably doing these lower battles, which you really don't get a lot from. You know, so that day, this day right here, this Monday one, you know, you're not going to be able to maybe farm, you know, some of that gear for some of your other characters that are coming up, you know, that you're trying to get up. So, but keep in mind, by the higher we complete these tiers, the more actual top tier gear we're going to get. So it is important. Okay, so that might be worth the trade-off. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, but thank you to Matthew for breaking this all down and putting this together really nice. So appreciate that. He also asked if anybody on here, anybody watching the live stream or in the community or whatever, if they know anything about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes data mining, please contact him. He would like to learn more and how to do some more stuff. So I want to get with him and do some of that when we launch our new site in the future. I talked about that last night when I was on the Discord about moving to a new site. You know, it has more capabilities for us. So I'd like to be able to have some of that information directly post right to that site. I think it'd be nice for the community members.
Absolutely, and I can already see the comments in the chat. You know, free-to-play players going, "Ooh, that's a lot of crystals. That's a lot of refreshes," and yeah, and it's going to take a toll on even the pay-to-play as well. So, if you guys were wondering what to start saving or hoarding for the big update, then you know now. Start saving those crystals. Yeah,
for sure. Pickles and Nuggets said, "Do you start at tier 1?" That is funny. I'm gonna say it again. Pickles and Nuggets. Nice. Pickles and Nuggets. That's funny. Do you start at tier 1? Yeah, you start at tier 1. So I mean, if you don't make it to tier 7, I mean, you still get tier 6. You know, like if you miss it by a little bit, you still get tier 6. So just ups your rewards. And then now the individual person in each guild, you know, how much they contribute is going to up their reward as well. So it's pretty cool. We'll just have to let it all come out and see. But, you know, some of this information is good to kind of give us, you know, a starting point. But one of the characters that's going to be released, we're also going to fight this character in the guild raid, in the rank war. If you guys remember the Gammorians, the pig people from Return of the Jedi, the Gammorian Guard is one of the characters we're going to fight, but he's also one of the characters that's slated to be in the guild shipment. So by doing these rewards, you're going to get special prizes, and there's going to be a shipment, you know, for guilds. I'm sure you can buy certain things. It's probably where you'll get that gear and whatnot out of that. So, you know, the Gammorian Guard is going to be one of those characters. Now, he's a tank, and again, if we look at their trend, okay, of what they've been doing, if we watch their trend or follow their trend, you know, Geonosian Soldier, Royal Guard, okay, 2 characters that are like nobody characters, like are OP as heck. So this guy, there's some potential here with him just based on him being that random character, you know. But he is a tank, okay, and here's some interesting things that he has. So here's his first ability. Now we don't know more. This is just the data mine for the NPC version. We don't know what it's going to be for the playable character. Typically though, these are pretty close. So His basic ability is deal physical damage, called Hack and Slash. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict damage over time effects for 3 turns. Now, this is nice when paired with Tusken Shaman, because Tusken Shaman is going to heal for more the more characters that have damage over time. Now, his first special is called Muscle In. It is a 3-turn cooldown. Gammorian Guard taunts and gains retribution for 2 turns. So we got another taunting tank, which is nice.
And retribution.
Yeah, and retribution. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
Yep. So he's going to be able to. So think about this. When you hit him. So let's think about these mechanics. Okay. Think about how cool this dude's going to be. When you hit him, what does retribution do?
Exactly. It's a counter.
Counterattack, right?
So you have to hit him, and you have to get hit back.
Yeah. So he's going to be spreading these double dots all over everybody on your team. Okay. This dude is going to be beast mode. Okay, beast mode. So he taunts. Okay, yeah, right here, Josh just said taunt plus retribution is insane. Yeah, but pair that with his basic. Okay, so he's gonna taunt, right? Gain retribution. All your team's forced to hit him. You're gonna hit him, and what's he gonna do when you hit him? He has a chance to do what? Inflict 2 damage over time effects on you for 3 turns. So Tusken Shaman and Gammorian Guard. Wow, sick. It's gonna be sick. Okay. So he definitely has a really cool kit so far. I was looking at him, just glancing at him last night, because he doesn't show up, if you go to like SWGOH.gg, he doesn't show up in the spoilers as a playable character. But if you go to their raid section, you can see him. You can see his character as an NPC and what his abilities are. So this dude, if this is what the playable version of him is going to be like, and typically it is, right? It's going to be pretty sick, man. And then finally, his second special, Punch Through. It's also a 3-turn cooldown. Deal physical damage to target enemy and expose them for 2 turns. So this dude's got it all, man. He's got taunt, he's got dots, he's got retribution, he's got expose. I mean, this dude's going to be pretty sick.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for him. Should be fun. I wonder what his health and protection and power levels are going to be like.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we can see that yet. If anybody's
not yet.
Yeah, if anybody's a data miner, find that out. I'd be curious to know. But with him, here's the other cool thing about him. He was like one of the coolest toys when you were a kid. Remember the Star Wars? They had he was like one of the coolest ones. Remember? Do you remember that, Stu? Did you have him when you were a kid? Yeah, he was cool, man. He was cool.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he was one of the coolest ones. So yeah. So that's the Gammorian Guard. Okay, now the second one that we got, which, man, look at this, guys. Look at this information given that Daniel, aka Lilez, put together, man. We were talking about this last night, and he was like, man, you should put up a post on Jawa Engineer. I'm like, no, man. Seems like you got all the info. You need to put up a post on Jawa Engineer. So he sent me this today about the Jawa Engineer, which is, I mean, he went into it, man. He broke it down, bro. This dude's going to be super fast. So basically his speed 153, here it is right here. Let's pull him up and look at him on GG. His speed is 153, but his unique Jawa Engineer has plus 10 speed for each Jawa or droid ally. So you're going to put him in there, and this guy breaks down teams and stuff and how it would work, but HK, 88, 86, and I could even see maybe, if you don't have Grievous, some people don't, maybe put in Magna Guard possibly, just to get as many droids in there as you can. I don't think I would put any of the other Jawas in right now. I just think you're going to get more out of the droids. But yeah, put them in there, HK lead, and put that guy in there or something. Man, it could be pretty sick. But his basic's really nothing. Playa detonator. We know all about the characters that do the detonator after 1 turn. Blah blah blah. But here's where he kicks in. Okay, so his first special. Patch Up is a 4-turn cooldown. Jawa Engineer revives a random droid ally, so another revive type character, similar to Ewok Elder. But he will only revive droids, so keep that in mind. Jawa Engineer revives a random droid ally at 1% health, and then all allies recover 30% of their max health. Okay, so it seems like that's a guaranteed revive for sure. So if you have a droid that goes down, he's going to be guaranteed to bring him back. And then they'll come back at 1% health, and then all allies recover 30% of their max health. So I guess that's really 30% it would come back with, then, right? No.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The wording of that kind of leaves it open to.
Yeah, I would think. Okay, so it's basically what it's saying is you're going to revive that droid,
Right,
Okay, it's gonna
at
come back
1%.
1%. So I'm assuming it probably, as you level up this ability, then that 30% comes in. That stuff starts getting bigger later. So 1% probably to start, and then as you gear that up or you put ability mats into that power, then it will obviously go up from there. And then you'll end up initially at the end, you'll bring somebody back and you basically give them 31% health. Sorry, 31% of their max health.
Yeah, and all these moves are at his projected level 8 abilities, aside from his unique that's projected at level 7.
Yeah, and the one thing about this that's cool is that it's at their max health. So if you got somebody really tanky, if you got like HK and I think Magna Guard, kind of got fairly decent health, it's going to come back at their health. It's not based off Jawa Engineers. Sometimes the healers are based off their health, the actual healer's health. This is based off whoever you revive's max health or whatever, or the allies' max health. Now this is all allies, so
right, which could help a lot.
Yeah, you could have Royal Guard, on this. I mean, if you did, let's say you put Royal Guard on this team, it would do 30% of Royal Guard's max health. So interesting. Recalibrate is his final special. It's a 5-turn cooldown, but it's pretty powerful. All allies gain critical chance up for 2 turns. Jawa and Droid allies also gain 45% turn meter. So basically what that means is that he's going to have 53 speed, and if you had all droids on there, he's going to add another 40 speed. So he's going to be at 193 speed. So he's guaranteed to go first. I don't care what you're doing. He's going to go first. Nothing's going to stop him from going first. So he's going to go first, and he's going to basically give 45% turn meter. So basically your whole team should pretty much go first. Pretty sick. Because then, look at his unique crunch time. Jawa Engineer has plus 10 speed for each Jawa and Droid ally. Now, he's 650 purples from 0 to 80. So, I mean, not as bad to gear as like some of these first order people and stuff we looked at. So, not too bad. I would say mid-tier to gear. So, it's pretty cool. But yeah,
too bad you're getting rid of your droid team.
I know. Well, I think I'm going to do it on my main account. I have all of my droids on my main account, okay? They're all like level 1, but they all have enough shards to 7-star, and that includes Poggle as well. So they all have enough. Yeah, they all have enough to be 7-starred. I just never wanted to invest in them to do it, but now I think I just will do that. And I'm starting to invest in Ewoks, as we know from that event. Remember we did the other night. I'm starting to invest in them a little bit. So my Ewok team, pretty much my whole Ewok team and my whole droid team could be 7-star. If I wanted to invest, in promoting them. It's just so much to promote them, man. But at level 80...
Yeah, they just need a little TLC. Just a little TLC.
Yeah, at level 80, though, I think we're going to have a pretty good influx of money, or credits or whatever, because we're going to kind of be leveled up now. We're going to kind of have our main team geared or leveled, and we can kind of start working on some of the other people. So, one of the recommendations I made to Capital Games guys today was I sent them over something regarding at level 70. Once you hit level 70, I recommended that they open up those 3 challenges. The droid training droid challenge, the bounty hunter one, and which is the credits, and then the ability mats one with the purple ability mats. I recommended that they just make that a daily thing if you hit level 70. So once you hit 70, you get that. Or maybe they could even make it 71. That'd be kind of cool, I guess, either way. But once you hit that, those become daily. You can do those every day. That would just help in gearing up some of these other potential teams that we want to look at. Not having those ability mats and credits and training droids sometimes is really frustrating.
I know, and you have to wait like 2 days just for the next cycle, or 3 days just for the next cycle to go around. Yeah, it gets frustrating. Especially when you finally get somebody to set, you can 7-star them. It's finally over. You've got all the shards, and then you're only at 700,000 credits. Well, it looks like you gotta wait.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll listen to that and they'll take that into account. I mean, it doesn't really cost them anything. It's not a huge boost up, And I mean, they're still going to make money. People are still going to pay for the training droids and the credits that don't want to wait, or that want to continue farther even than what those challenges give you. But for the free to play, the general masses, it would just be a better quality of life improvement they could put in the game. And at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to really hurt their revenue as much, as much as doing some of the other things that I heard some other people recommend. So. But anyways, let's go on to this post. CG Developer did respond to one of my questions about arenas and wins and losses. Now we know that I asked this question in the Capital Games executive producer, John, replied back and he just said, hey, this is the guy that would be better to answer that question. So this guy, CG, not really a Jedi, did respond to my question. Here's the question I asked. Will the update that shows a player's stats in their profile show arena defensive wins as well, or just offensive? So this is what he had to say. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So we don't currently have the ability to separate offensive versus defensive wins in PvP. When we do add the ability to distinguish, we won't be able to go back and determine which of your previous wins were offensive and which were defensive. We are working on something that should address all of this in the future, but it's too early to really get into it yet. So cool. So you did at least give us that. It wasn't the answer I was looking for, but hey, it's good to know for us moving forward. You know, so at least we know that now. But here are some features. This is what I sent to them as well. Here are some features I would personally like to see in arenas. Okay, for arena, I would love to see replays, stats, and more from the defensive and offensive battles in arena, similar to the Injustice mobile app game. If you guys have played that, the DC one, the amount of stats they give in that game and being able to watch them back are very helpful. So the more stats, the more replays, the more stuff they can offer us to watch back on the games that we play, kind of see how the AI is working. You know, kind of see what different characters are doing. It would be very helpful, I think, to see how our teams are performing when we're not there playing them. Also, another idea for Arena, give the players some type of reward for winning. The better their performance, the better chance of the reward. The rewards don't have to be huge, but a chance at something would be a nice feature. The community as a whole, my opinion, would enjoy if after each arena win, they got to open some type of arena card similar to the Bronzium style pack. Put it in an arena-only character where you have a chance to get his or her shards would be really awesome. Obviously, we know my pick would be Slave Leia. It would keep, it would keep arena interesting and competitive. So, I mean, that's one of my ideas. What do you think, Stu? What do you think about that?
I think that's a fantastic idea, and that would definitely be something. Because when I talk to a lot of people, they don't really refresh arena a lot unless they're chasing #1 or trying to get to a top 5 finish. But this would definitely be a way to drive some crystal refreshes. And I like how, just in case they didn't know, you put in the picture of Slave Leia so they can get it right.
Yeah, it has to be just like those pictures. So if you're unsure of how to model Slave Leia, you need to Google Slave Leia Beach. Just Google that, and that'll give you tons of pictures to look at to make sure your model is 100% accurate, because that is my #1 most requested and demanded game. I don't even care if she was horrible. She would be on my team regardless.
She could just stand there.
I would just put her on my team. It would just be her. That would be it. And while we're at it, I'm just going to throw this out there because I said it before and I want to say it again real quick. Wouldn't it be so cool to have Jabba the Hutt in the game? He takes up 2 character slots, so you can only run a 4-man team if you had Jabba in there. But, you know, he would have some really great bounty hunter synergies. He could get them, like, to do his bidding. He could call in that little,
weird little dude.
Yeah, the weird little dude. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do. I think that would be really cool, man, if they did something like that. That would really add some excitement and stuff to the game. So we'll see. I sent them over quite a few other points today. We'll see if they read it and what they think of it. They've been really good at getting back with me and being responsive and the stuff that I've asked for. So we'll see. Now, if they're listening right now, okay, you need to go work on that forum thing I've been asking you guys about. That I really need you guys to implement, because I think that's huge for the community to be able to spread this information, kind of give them a way to break it down so they can kind of understand it better. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the absolute best, but all the people that watch this say I am. So I'll just leave it at that. So let's see here. What else do I want to go over? What other articles do we have? But I'm telling you guys, if you got articles or you got information that you want to post, you want to have posts on LordSquint.com or whatever, or you got videos or something you want posted on the YouTube channel, contact me. Let me know. Just hit me up in Discord. I get tons of messages every day. People give me great content. Stuff they want to get their voice out, man, and I'll help you guys get your voice heard. So if you got an article and you want to put it together, you've been thinking about doing an article, do it. If you guys haven't checked it out, go over to our Reddit, our new subreddit that we have. Make sure you subscribe to it. We are going to be giving away another prize this Friday during the live stream. So if you go to the Reddit, hit subscribe over here, and then go to this community reviews thing right here, and just leave a community review, basically telling us how we've helped you in your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes endeavor. We really appreciate hearing that. It really helps us. But put that in there, and then And then we're gonna draw somebody this Friday, and we're gonna do something fun like a gift card or an ally code or something. We'll do something for them. So I appreciate the people that come over there. We got a lot of stuff going on here. This is about now a week old. Our subreddit. I think it'll be a week old today or tomorrow. But we got some good stuff in there. Now, if you haven't read this is really cool. El Guapo's Guide to the Night Sisters. Oh, that's not it. That's one we already went over. Where's that? Okay, El Guapo's fan fiction. El Guapo's Guide to the Night Sister team is really cool too. That's on Lord Skunk. If you haven't read that, you can read that here on Reddit or on lordskunk.com. That's a really good guide, man. He put together something really nice. Night Sisters, I just thought were a joke, but he really laid it out, and he made them an interesting team to play. So he made a fan fiction thing on Cheater Island. If you guys don't know, we talked about. I'm assuming that this is based off of what we talked about in the past, where we know there's a server out there for just cheaters. Out there, like, that cheaters can get moved to, people that maybe not been banned, but they just know they're cheating, so they move them to there. So I think that's what he's basing this all off that conversation we had about that. So it's really funny. It's really creative, man. Our community is awesome, dude. If you're not in our Discord chat, you need to get over there. I mean, our Discord chat is just growing. We're growing like by 100 people per day. It's amazing. And the amount of interaction and just stuff that we have in there is really cool. And the way I look at it is this, we're not just, some gaming group of people. We're definitely a community. We're growing into a family. I mean, this is really cool. So, definitely check out this story by El Guapo, because that's some good stuff, man. I mean, it's worth a read. This is the kind of stuff I like to see. This is the creativity I like to see in our community and stuff. It just breaks it up, man. It's just fun. It just breaks up the monotony sometimes to have fun stuff like that. So definitely check that out. Let me upvote that for El Guapo. That's pretty cool, man. Big props to him for taking the time to do that. So Stu, that's got to go on your reading list.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I did check out his Night Sisters one, and El Guapo. If you guys like what he writes, he is pretty active in the Discord community. So if you are not a part of the Discord community, I suggest that you join us right away. Rogue just put the link up in there, so you have no excuse. Go ahead, download the app, download it to your iPhone, your Samsung, Android, whatever you have, and get it on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, man. I don't have as much time to spend in there as some of the other people. We got some great team members that spend time in there and work with everybody. But I did get a chance to spend some time in there last night. I don't know how long I was in there for. Man, it was a while. Duncan was in there, so Duncan probably knows. But I was in there for quite a bit, and we just got a chance to just talk, man. Talk to some of the people. Talk to some of the people one-on-one. I know some people were just listening in. Some people were interacting, but that's cool, man. It was just nice to to have that connection, and that one-on-one interaction with some of the members. Pretty neat.
Yeah, the night I'm not around. Yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody had to fill in. So no, man, Stu had to be up real early this morning, so he had to be up real early, so he didn't quite make the live stream. And that's good, man. I don't want you guys getting burnt out either. You guys need to make sure you take breaks and good stuff. So.
Well, at least I was able to chat with some of the overseas people earlier this morning.
Oh, cool. What did you guys talk about?
Guilds.
Imagine that.
Yep. Big shock. But that's cool. Just some new faces or people that I don't really get to interact with a whole heck of a lot because they're, on a completely different time schedule from us. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, if you guys are watching and interacting in the live chat, I did pull up the potential arena people we can fight. If you guys want, go ahead and pick 1, 3, or 4. 1, 3, or 4 to fight, and I'll fight them. So whatever you got. Looks like we got a rebel team with Akbar. Man, I don't think I've ever fought a team like that in arena. We got an all droid team.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't see him that much. I love this, dude. This update, though, I'll tell you one really cool thing about this update is the fact that I'm seeing a whole bunch of new teams, and I like that. That's really cool. Or we could roll with a droid HK team with Poggle and Poe, or we could go kind of the more basic Qui-Gon Jinn. I prefer not to do Qui-Gon Jinn, but it is the #1 spot, so we might need to take that #1 spot and then save this other battle and come back and fight one of these other people. But they want to see 4. You know what? Let's do it, man. Let's fight this guy. I don't care. Let's fight this number 4. This is Connor.
Is that a Gear 9 Akbar?
I don't think so.
Am I seeing that right?
6686. Is it? Man, if you put a Gear 9, if Akbar's the one you put the Gear 9 in?
Wow.
I don't know. Is it? That is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Gear
Yeah.
9. Wow.
Wow.
I wouldn't even have thought that, dude, so I wouldn't even have looked. Wow. Wow.
Maybe Gear 9 Akbar is sick.
We're going to find out right now.
What's up, Riemann?
Oh,
What's
hey,
going on?
real quick for Riemann, I did have a chance to talk to the #1 guy in your server last night, Scott Awesome. And, and I asked him about the big whale on his server. I asked him how he fights him and beats him. And you know what he told me?
He goes for Royal Guard first.
Goes for Han and then Royal Guard, yeah. Yep.
Well, I took #1 again today, so I know it's I know it's easy in Skunk Nation over there. With that server, I think Dark Rock could take #1 every day.
Wow.
And that's another reason to get on the Discord community. The banter between Scott Awesome and Riemann earlier today was priceless.
Yeah, I liked how Riemann.
Yeah,
I like how Riemann posted his #1 picture from like 5 days ago. That was pretty good.
Trying to psych Scott Awesome up. And that's a great name, Scott.
Is Scott Awesome watching the live stream right now?
I don't know.
This is what we're gonna do from now on. So we're gonna look at that, and whoever wins, whoever gets #1, or can stay #1 the longest during a 24-hour time period on that server, that's who we'll have come on as a co-host. That's how we'll choose the co-host, whether it be Scott Awesome or Riemann. What do you guys think?
Nice.
I think that's a really solid choice. You should actually have Scott on right now. As a matter of fact, I quit. Bring Scott on. Listen, he's a solid replacement. I mean, he could easily hold the torch. He's a replacement upgrade.
Love the Long Island attitude.
I was thinking we should make this redemptionwings.com.
Yeah, why wouldn't we? I've not seen Redemption on. What's he been doing?
He pops on every now and again.
Does it? Yeah, I just don't see him that much. Like, he used to come in and be a guest on the streams a lot. I just haven't seen him.
Yeah, there's actually a thread on the forum saying that
Oh no, we got.
Oh no, here we go. Here we go.
I can't handle this. I'm not doing this again today. I'm not doing this again. We're in here now. We're in the Fortress of Skunkitude. He can't get in, so he's out.
Yeah, the fortress is locked out. Only you can get in here and
Yeah.
allow people in and out.
Yeah, no, none of that today. I'll bring him
All
back
day,
on,
man.
I'll bring him back on later. I can't handle it right now. I had too much of it yesterday.
That's what you get for hanging out in Discord. That's what we put up with all day.
Yeah, that's
Him
too much.
popping in, starts going all like bizarro auto tune on everyone.
Yeah, I think he's really a robot. I think he's really a droid.
It's him just glitching out.
So the Rebel team wasn't really tough at all. Really, I mean.
Yeah, not that tough, but even still, look at the time.
Yeah, well, we were talking Riemann too a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah. Well, let's look at it again in a minute when it refreshes. We're gonna fight that #1 guy, and we'll take a look at it now. The battles have been getting longer, but here's one thing I've been doing, guys, with these battles, is that once here's the cool thing about protection. I guess I don't know if I want to say it's cool. Okay, here's a unique thing about protection, is that once I break through and I take out the main threat, whoever that main threat might be, I can really just auto the battle at that point and just like click on who I want. You know what I mean? Once that person's out on the other team and it's 4 versus 5, I pretty much just auto it, man. I mean, really. So we'll try it again. We'll look at it again when I fight the #1 guy right now. Take that out.
Oh, and Scott Awesome is in the live chat right now, and he says that he is the top guy on the server.
Oh, nice.
For Riemann.
Which one is he? What's his name?
He's Keggy H.
Oh, nice. Watch this. Is he on the Is he in Discord? Get him in Discord. Let's bring him in. Look at Riemann's blowing me up now. Riemann's blowing me up. He's mad.
I fixed it.
Bro.
I got my headset in, guys.
He's mad.
Nah, he's not on Discord.
He's mad. That's funny. Ah, that's alright. You can sit out for a minute. Yesterday I wanted to just keep it just me on the stream because you weren't here. I just wanted to do just me and get through just some stuff and not spend a lot of time. But we ended up having a bunch of guests. Yo-Yo Yoda was here. Remon was here. Grand Patron, I think. We brought some guests on, I think. I think we did guests yesterday. I can't remember. Man, they all blur together now.
I listened to most of it, but I did see a comment saying that somebody hopped in just to say that they couldn't say that.
Oh, that little dude, little Squeeble.
Is that Squeeble?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of figured it'd be.
So
Squeeble.
he was waiting to get in, and he got in, and then, you know how he like wants to always stay, you know, which is cool. It's fine. And then all of a sudden, like we actually kind of get everybody in. We get to like, oh, there's just a ton of people. I felt bad because there's just a ton of people sitting in the questions thing, you know, waiting like to get in, and I wasn't planning on doing that, you know, at all. But Yoda was in there. You know, there's a bunch of people in there. You know, so I just brought them all in, and then it's funny. I got them all in, so finally they're all on. They're live, and then the little Squeeble guy goes, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, guys," he goes, "I'm not gonna be able to stick around. My little cousins are here, so you know, I gotta hang out with them until I leave. You know, until I leave." So, you know, it's just kind of funny, man. He's a little straight gangsta baller. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he is.
yeah.
Oh, Squeeble.
So
and hey, guess what? What's funny is, what was that during the Mega event on Friday? He's the one that actually started talking about Jawa Engineer.
Yep, he called it first, man. He called it first. Leave it up to little Squeeble, man. He called it first, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, good job, Squeeble.
Yeah, I love the fact, man, that we can have you know, our young members, our you know, our older members, all that. We can all come together. We can all work together and share our love for the game. Because again, man, like I say to you guys, this is more than just building a little gaming group. This is building more of a family connection and community. I know there's already people. There's people over in Europe or whatever that have connected and met on here. You know, they're planning on, you know, meeting in real life. They're gonna become real life friends, man. You know, and they never would have met each other. You know, they probably live, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes from each other, one town over, and they never would have met each other. Never would have known. But because of this, it brought them together, and now, hey, you might make a lifelong friend out of it. So, you know, I think for me, I think I'm stuck with Stu no matter what I do. So I think for the rest of my life, I'm stuck with Stu. So, you know, it is.
That's not a bad thing.
It's not. It could be Remon. You know, it could be Remon. So, you know, it's not a bad thing. But
I could be busting out a bad General Grievous impression every now and again.
Yeah, remind me. I have something cool I want to tell everybody about. Okay, it goes kind of along with guild. So remind me that. Put a note down. Don't let me forget. I'm gonna do some of these auto battles. I'm gonna do some auto battles on these dark side. So I'm starting to do the dark side missions, guys. Now that I'm high enough level to open it up. So let's just auto battle them and see how we do. Ooh, got the Grievous.
What did you tell me to know?
I want to go over something about the guilds. It's just say the Team Skunk thing. Just say that to me. Remind me.
Okay, gotcha.
How's Jen doing?
She's good. She's listening in right now. Yeah, that's right. I think they heard you talking in the background.
We need to get her on here more.
Come on, say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Jen. What level are you at now, Jen?
41, 42.
41, 42. Nice.
43.
43. Nice.
43.
Moving along, man. She's leveling so fast she can't even keep up. Good. What team are you running?
I'm trying to build a droid team.
Nice.
She's going free to play.
Obviously, she listened to my live streams before, so she knows the right way to do it.
Yep, droid team is the way to go. And now with Jawa Engineer on the horizon, whew, that's definitely going to give your team a boost.
Yeah, did you tell Jen what I told you to tell her on Discord?
I did.
Yeah.
About the bromance?
Yeah, I told Stu, I said, tell your wife, thank you for allowing us to have this bromance.
Yeah, well, luckily I did marry an awesome woman.
Yeah, they were talking, actually, you know, they were giving her mad props yesterday because Merlin Dark Mage was kind of testing out a stream. He's going to start streaming again, and he was kind of testing one out, so we were on there just kind of goofing off. And they were talking about, you know, he's like, man, you know, I hope my wife don't wake up or something like that. And then they're like somebody, I don't know how, I was kind of like half listening. I was talking with somebody else at the time too. I was just kind of half listening to the stream, but they were like, yeah, they're like, well, Stu married a good one. She goes, she'll play on the Infinity Battles with him and all that stuff. I was like, that's funny, man. I was like, yeah, he did. So that's cool.
But let's see. It's fun listening to you guys. been interesting, and yeah, I'm just a casual player, so it's learn a couple of things here and there, and it's fun.
Well, cool. Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that listens. We got a lot of people shouting out, "Hey, Jen." Oh, there they go. There they go. Good. Good. Well, Jen is our promotion manager on Wednesday because Stu always forgets to talk about all the good stuff, and she reminds him about all the stuff I've said throughout the week. So that's good.
Exactly. Behind every great man is a better woman.
Yep. Except for me.
Or so they say.
Except for me, I'm just like so epic that I don't need to worry about it.
There's a T-shirt. There's a T-shirt idea.
Yeah.
Lord Skunk. Too epic.
Too epic. Too epic for women problems. Yeah. Believe me, I've been down that road many times, my friend. I've been down that road many times. But it's just, man, it's just hard. You know how intense of a personality I am, or how I can be. Especially you talk to me privately too. So I like things done a certain way. It's very hard for me to find somebody compatible. My compatibility rate is like super small. I mean, it would be like probably 1% compared to like somebody else. The average person probably has a 30 or 40% compatibility. Mine would be like 1% because I'm definitely the alpha male. I'm very demanding. Not demanding in like a negative. I just mean I expect things done a certain way. So. But who knows? It was funny. My daughter, and really, once I had my daughter, I kind of put a lot of that stuff on the back burner, But my daughter the other day was saying something, and she's like, I don't remember how she said it, but it was so funny. It was something like, you're gonna the right one will come along, because that's what I'm waiting for. I mean, I can date. Anybody can date. Dating is easy, but it's got to be that right one, man. That's what I'm interested at this point. Some chick that will play, Infinity Battles with me or something like that, and not be afraid to stream. So that's pretty cool. So Jen, do you have a sister, by the way?
I do, yes.
There you go, right there. We hooked it up. Done deal. Done deal. Hey, look how easy it was. Look how easy it was, man. Perfect. Perfect. Brother Stu, how'd you like to have me as your big brother, Stu? Man, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that'd be weird. Awesomely weird.
Just think about the family.
Weirdly
events.
awesome.
Yeah, just think about the family events. Nobody get a word in.
That'd be super fun.
It'd just be me standing up there the whole time, giving like a presentation the whole time at the family event.
Yeah, I know. Even at somebody else's wedding, you'd be like, you know what? These two, it's their special day, but let me tell you about how epic I am.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, make sure we get together after this live stream so we can talk more about your sister. Well, let's just make sure. What age is she? Let's start there.
26.
26, turning 27 soon. I think.
Oh, okay, that's realistic. Yeah, that's realistic. Cool. I didn't want you to say like, oh, she's 19. I'd be like, well.
It's like, kind of pushing it.
Yeah, we're kind of pushing it there. That's.
Oh, Riemann just hopped in on the live chat here. He ditched us on Discord.
Oh, Riemann, don't get mad that.
Oh, and he has his picture up here. What is Riemann?
Dude, Riemann's, when I do my events, we're gonna live broadcast from certain places. Riemann's gonna be my bouncer, so we're gonna bring him out.
Yeah. Oh, you stud.
Yeah. Lord Skunk coming through. Lord Skunk coming through. Back up.
Yeah.
Lord Skunk's coming through.
I got my chin line beard.
Yep.
Now he's never coming back.
No, I love Riemann. Radar game. What?
Oh yeah. He's awesome.
Let's look at the ratings. Can I see if I go to rate now? Will it show me the ratings or? Never. I don't want to rate it. I've already rated it before, I think. But yeah, no. Just today, I just wanted to keep it with the bromance of Skunk and Stu. We didn't get a chance to be together yesterday on the stream, so we're trying to keep it focused. Keep it focused today. But let's talk about the thing I wanted to announce since Stu forgot to tell me. Okay, let's switch over here. Let me get it set up the way I want it. Okay, so if you go to lordskunk.com, so if you pull that up on your browser, Stu, the lordskunk.com YouTube channel, the actual channel, pull that up. Okay, so this is a really, really, really cool thing that I wanted to do. I was thinking about doing this for the community members. we talked about it yesterday. Listen, the best imitation is the best form of flattery, right? It's the best form of flattery. That's so when we started getting this going. Remember, we had a lot of people all of a sudden come out of the woodwork. They all want to start streaming. They all want to start doing these videos, right? All these people, as we started getting more followers and stuff, everybody all of a sudden wanted to have their own channel, right? Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, so all those people did it. They did it for like 2 days, and then they just gave up. There's a lot that goes into doing a channel, guys. This, dude, if you knew how much effort and time that goes into this, it's crazy to get it just to where we got it. 2 months. We're 2 months old, and this is where we're at. So it took a lot to do that. You don't just start a YouTube channel and then that's it. It doesn't work like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. But, okay, I want to help out our community members. So I put together teamskunk.com. Teamskunk.com YouTube channel. So if you're on the main lordskunk.com YouTube channel page, over here on the side it says lordskunk.com networks, and it'll say Team Skunk. If you click on that, subscribe to it. It doesn't have any content yet, but that's where I'm going to add everybody. I'm going to add Merlin. I'm going to put on there. I'm going to talk to Ritual Gaming guys and get them on there. I'm going to put Wacky on over there. A bunch of people in our community are going to be able to go over there, and I will help you guys if you're new to streaming and don't know how to do it, or if you just want to do videos, you don't necessarily want to stream. You just want to do videos and then upload them. I can get you guys set up over there where you guys will be able to do that and be able to push out content over there to be able to share with the fellow guild members, community members. So everybody here will have that. We'll be able to do that. It's part of the community. So I think it's a really cool idea. I like the fact of seeing all these people that have the desire to do it, and I want to be able to help them. I can help you with the promotion of that channel. You guys just put out the content. I'll promote it for you. Okay, so you guys don't have to get frustrated. There's nothing worse than doing a 2-hour, because sometimes, man, even if you do a 20-minute video, it might take you 2 hours by the time you get it set up, you edit it, you get uploaded, do all the stuff with it. It might take you 2 hours, and then to come back the next day and have 2 views, and they were probably you refreshing it. It was really discouraging. I can imagine that being really tough for a lot of people. So, when I logged back in after the live event, and I saw we had like 3,500 views the next day, or like 8 hours later or something like that, dude, that's amazing. So I wanted to be able to offer that feeling and the ability to get content out there on this channel, on the teamskunk.com channel. So if you're interested and you're part of our community on Discord and you would like to be able to do that, you can get a hold of me, and I'll talk with you and we'll get you set up. You can also talk to Stu as well if I'm not around, and then he can kind of get a feel for you and see what's going on, and then he'll get with me. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I think that's really cool. Stu, did you click on it and subscribe to it yet?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did. Okay, cool. So, yeah, so we'll get more going on that channel. I just wanted to get it up there for you guys. Now, also, another game that's coming up right below that is Overwatch. So that's the Lord Skunk Overwatch channel. No content on it yet. I didn't get a chance to stream it during the beta event this weekend. The beta should be going live this weekend, full live. We're not cutting it off and giving you just a certain time limit. We'll be able to do that this weekend, so I want to get some of that up. Overwatch is fun as heck, guys. I played the beta on that for probably about, I'd say maybe an hour or so on Saturday, and dude, it's a fun game. If you're not into shooters or stuff in the past, I'm not really a big first-person shooter guy. This is different. This is a fun game. Blizzard always has the best stuff, man, when it comes to their games, and this is just another great example of that. So I know Stu's excited to check it out. So
I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing more on Overwatch as well in the future. So we're only going to get bigger, we're only going to get better, and we're only going to get more people. So it's all good, all good. Let's see. Let's get some questions going, I guess. If you guys got some questions for me, feel free to ask them. We'll go through that. Was there anything else I want to talk about? I'm trying to think.
Nope, we got the Team Skunk out of the way.
Okay, good. Oh, if you guys want Yo-Yo Yoda's ally code, if you guys want that, I mean, Yo-Yo Yoda does have almost every single character level 77. He showed us his roster yesterday on the live stream. It was crazy sick. All characters 7-star. Most characters purple geared. The only character that's not 7-starred is Vader. So his lowest level character is 70. He has every character unlocked. His lowest level character, I believe, is 70. Majority are 77, and the majority are geared, at least purple geared. So it's pretty amazing. But if you want his ally code to be able to play with his General Grievous or Tusken Shaman or whatever, all you have to do, okay, is go into Discord, and we have that posted in the announcements. Okay, so get in Discord. It'll tell you what to do to do that. There's two entries you can get in for that. We're going to announce that on Friday during the live stream. Who should I start farming? You guys talked about 5s and Imperial Guard. I think you meant Royal Guard. Yeah, fives too, man. I'm seeing a lot of fives. Now Stu said the only time he's timed out on Arena since the production update has been against fives, right?
Yep, against fives. He is a terror to go up against. That was also right after the update came out. I have been able to beat him since then, but yeah, Tyler did correct himself. Yeah, Royal Guard. But yeah, fives is a great character, obviously because of his health and because of his protection that he gets. That right there is great, but he also has counter. He also has an assist. So attacking him just becomes a pain, especially if there's a healer on there, or if you pair him up with Royal Guard, that it really becomes a pain. And then let's not forget his normal attack at level 8 will allow him to double tap, and I believe that's on any player that's suffering from speed down. So if they have the speed down buff on them, which his normal attack will put on people, or you have somebody like Phasma who can speed down an entire team, if you are so lucky, will double tap him. So he himself is going to be taking many turns. So people ask me who they should start farming for, who's looking really good right now, and I know Stormtrooper Han is set a lot. Obviously Royal Guard, everyone's still pushing Royal Guard. That has not changed at all. But seriously, take a look at fives and take a look at where he's going. Big things for fives. I'm really high on him right now.
Yeah, I think fives, think about this. Phasma lead, Royal Guard, and fives.
Yep. Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah, because Phasma's already super tanky. So she's gonna have a lot of health and whatnot. So yeah, I think there's some good utility with that. You could put a lot of other people in there with them. You could put in some more first order people like Kylo Ren and first order TIE Pilot. Could be possible to do. But yeah, fives I have done. I mean, not done, but I have the shards done. I have almost all my characters I have the shards done, if that makes sense. They're just like level 1, and they're not promoted or anything yet. I'm just kind of waiting to see, what's happening. Now, there's a great question there about allies. Somebody was asking about how allies are done. Now, somebody just sent me this really good link to allies, and I wanted to put it up, and I got busy doing something else. I didn't do it. Is this it? Here it is, right here. No, it's not it. Gosh dang it. But there's a lot of people don't understand how allies work, and allies are really integral, especially right now with the update. To make sure that is in there properly. Just trying to see who sent that to me and where it was at. I'm trying to remember who did it. Any other questions in there while I'm looking?
What is the hotness for Stormtrooper Han? Geek City, you're going to have to rephrase that. I just had to say that because that was funny. Hotness level for Stormtrooper Han. El Guapo is saying add Vader to that with more speed down. Yeah, that is true. His ability block. Yeah, so... Yeah, with that team, with fives and everything, and I've been saying this for a while now, is you have a Phasma lead with First Order Stormtrooper and fives. That right there is a great core, because what you have there is you have a lot of tankiness, you have a lot of counters, you have a lot of assists, you have a lot of bonus attacks with Phasma's lead. I mean, they not only are they tanky, but they're going to be attacking a lot. And then let's not forget all the effects that go down on them, and also let's not forget the fact that First Order Stormtrooper gives himself advantage. Phasma gives herself advantage. And that core right there, I mean, you can throw RG in the back there, too, to have a whole, I mean, just an absolute stunning amount of health and protection on top of everything. But even with those two right there, or those three right there, you can still have attackers, and that'll be fine. Yeah, and Skunk did just put up the link that explains the allies and how to do that, so please feel free to check that out.
Yeah, and just real quick while we're on that, if you guys have anything, if you guys are out on the web or you're looking at the official forums or you're looking at something and you see something really good, a good article or something like that, just go over to our Reddit, man. You go over to our subreddit. You can get to it from lordskunk.com and just post that. Just post the link in there so we can see that. I want a real good information source. Now the difference between us, I think, and that other Reddit is that they got so much so many people almost talking just to almost be negative or something. You know what I mean? It's just I didn't like it. It's too convoluted. So ours is really just information, man. I just want information. If you want to comment on information, that's fine. But I just want a huge information database about the game. So if you go over to our Reddit, let me pull it back up for you guys. If you go over to our Reddit here, it's basically I just try to keep all these posts, and other people post, like we talk about El Guapo's fan fiction and stuff like that, and his guides and stuff. That's cool, man. That's awesome. So I love that. But yeah, let's just keep it with information about the game and what's going on, and keep it focused on that. So here it is, right here. Allies borrow a hero, tips and mechanics explained. This is from JKD Mike on the official forums. He posted it back in March. March 11th when he posted it, but he put that in there, and he also put together. Oh no, sorry, that's not who posted it. That's page 2. Sorry, hang on. Let's go to there. We go. Trademark from Team Instinct, right? Is he Team Instinct or what is he? Is he FTP?
Yeah. Trademark is.
Trademark
Team
is
Instinct.
Okay, so from Team Instinct, he put together all the information in there, and he even did a video on it. The borrow a hero tips. So he calls it borrow a hero. I think it's easier to explain it as ally. So if you're interested in how your allies work, you can check out this post, and there's some good stuff in there. Okay, but if you see any good guides like that, and you're out around the web, just flip over to our Reddit and just post that in there. It'll be greatly appreciated by the community, I know. So.
Yeah, exactly. And the question was, why is everybody so high on Stormtrooper Han now? Well, the protection, I guess that's what he meant by hotness. I learned something today. But obviously protection helped him out tremendously, because the downside of him before was that he was just killed too easily for somebody who taunts. But obviously that's been rectified with the protection mechanic added in there. But the big thing, why, is because of his turn meter manipulation. He gives himself turn meter, and I believe his unique ability, he has a chance to remove turn meter. Yeah, he has a chance to remove turn meter from a random enemy whenever he is damaged. So it's it's the passive mechanics that he has in there that's made him so popular. I'm also starting to see him being used as a leader, because he gives a defense boost to all allies while they're above 50% health, and then he gives an offense boost whenever they fall below 50% health. So that helps a lot, especially when you pair him with a Royal Guard. Yeah, he really has come into his own, and it really did take the protection mechanic to get him there. But yeah, it's his turn meter manipulation, and now we're starting to see him more as a leader. It just took people a little bit of time to get his leader ability up. That's what I think kind of slowed him down a little bit. But now that people have put the ability mats into his leader ability, I'm starting to see him a lot more on my server. So yeah, that's where the hotness for Stormtrooper Han comes from. You have anything you want to add to that, Skunk?
No, I've been seeing him quite a bit more too. Great question by Janko Fett. Do you foresee a nerf on Royal Guard? Man, you know what? I hope they don't really nerf anybody. I hope they don't make any. We're in the pre-meta. Nobody is max level. Nobody has max geared people. Like Stormtrooper Han. That's kind of why I want to answer that, because he's going to be gear 11. He'll be one of the. I think there's 10 or 11 characters that could be gear 11. Stormtrooper Han's one of them. So it remains to be seen about Han. Right now, Han's still squishy as far as I'm concerned. I still don't have a problem breaking through his protection. And taking him out. So I fought Han and Royal Guard teams as well, and I haven't had too much of a trouble with them. It's still kind of a DPS race. It'll always be a DPS race. I know people are going to try to use sustain and all that, but still at the end of the day, if you got the damage, you're going to win. But I hope they don't do any changes to anybody right now. Let's just wait and see what happens at 80. Let's let that flesh itself out. This is not the way it's going to be. This is not the meta. You can't judge the meta. You can't figure out the meta. There's nothing you can do right now. We're in a pre-meta phase. Okay, we're in pre-meta. So there's going to be some wonky things that are happening. You're going to see maybe somebody's really OP right now at level 77 or whatever, but once it gets to 80 and everybody levels out, we get everybody's geared up for the most part. Everybody has their max health and max speed. Then we can kind of look and see what's up. For me, I don't even have my Qui-Gon at at max geared, so I can't take advantage of his increased speed he's going to get. So I can't really tell you much about Qui-Gon other than the fact that he's still performing about the same way he's performing before. So. I just want to give a big shout out to Nick Miller, by the way.
You're listening to WFRC The Force Radio, where we're always with you. I like that, Chris says.
Nice.
We do have a caller if you wanted to take a caller.
Oh my goodness, who is it? It's not Riemann, is it?
No, it is not, and never mind. I guess he left.
Yeah, we'll talk to Nico Gritch
Riemann!
in a little bit.
Why are you messaging me? He just messaged me saying that we had a guy waiting in there, and now he's gone. Thank you, Riemann, for making me look stupid in front of everybody.
It's his payback. It's his payback. He's so mad right now because you can't get in here. He is so mad right now.
George is asking, where do you guys see old Ben going? Not very far.
I'm gonna redo. I gotta reconnect. Let me reconnect to this. It's going wonky for me on my end. Hang on. Okay. You hear me okay? Stu? Hello? I think I didn't have to. Oh, we got another update for Discord. That's probably why. So Discord is on it, man. They're always updating all the time. So let's see if this is better now. If I can get back in there. Stu, you hear me? See if we can get Stu on here. Stu, can you hear me? Oh, there he goes. He must have restarted as well. So good stuff, man. I mean, I'm glad that Discord puts out these updates. Obviously, they keep their program going, but it's kind of annoying when they do it during my live streams. Stu, you back?
Yep. I think I'm having some.
Now we had another update
tonight.
There's another update for Discord.
Another one?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I'm gonna have to contact Discord and have them not schedule these during the live events.
Yeah, I know. They're probably doing this on purpose.
Yeah. Probably Riemann. Riemann probably contacted them.
Yeah. Yep. Had some technical difficulties. Yeah. RIP. So I don't know if you guys heard what I said about old Ben. I'm back, Scott. Awesome. But okay, so old Ben. Old Ben will work if they fix his leader ability. It just doesn't work the way that Lumi's and Dooku's does. So, I'm sorry, I had a lot of beeps in my headset here. It just doesn't work like everyone else's evasion ability does. Once they can get that working, once people can start evading like they should and start taking advantage of the turn meter that they gain whenever they do evade, I think you'll start seeing old Ben leading all over the place. But unfortunately, he was not the beneficiary of the buff that we were all kind of thinking he was going to get, since he was out there with a blue noodle smacking at people. So really, other than that, yeah, not a lot of usefulness, not a lot of utility with old Ben right now. Hopefully, they do get around to fixing that because he does have a pretty cool kit, but they just need to get him up and running, like what they say on paper. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Darktron?
So here's the deal. Riemann is allowed in here. We're going to keep Riemann on the stream until his mic goes wonky again. Then I'm going to forever ban him for the rest of the night from the thing. So pick and choose what you comment on wisely, my friend. Nico Greach is in the house. Or he was just sitting down there in that channel, one or the other, but he's in here with us anyways. And his Squeeble was sitting in that channel too, but I don't think that they're at their keyboard or whatever. So, but if they come back, they're welcome to join in. Nico Grich always puts up great posts on lorescutton.com, so make sure you guys are checking that out. Dartron, what's going on?
I'm doing good, fought some good people in on my server. It was a really good, powerful team, and we're going to discuss about that later on when my buddy comes on.
Nice. So what's been going on in Discord today? What's the community saying?
Well, it looks like a lot of people are really, really excited on the PvP, not the PvP, I meant the guilds. That's going to be a lot of interesting, especially the raids, especially we find out what's new about the raids and who we're going to be facing, what different encounters we're going to have, so that's going to be really good to know ahead of time. So what do you guys think so far with the knowing how the fight's gonna react and stuff like that?
With the guilds?
No, the raid.
Oh, the raids and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I'm excited for it. And I think that, and here's another reason to get into Discord. I know we keep on talking about it. And we keep on promoting this, but it really is a great tool. It really is a great community. And what we're going to do is we're going to have voice chats set up for every single guild that we have. So whenever you guys want to do your raids, or you want to talk about strategy, or you want to have a nice little private guild conversation with all of your guild members, all you have to do is hop on the Discord. That's all you have to do. Open up the app on your phone, your iPad, open it up on your computer, and bam, you can start talking with anybody. Start pulling people in from your guild, and there you go. You guys can have all kinds of conversations.
Yeah, Discord is in your pocket all day. Like I love Discord. I always come in, but even at work, I come in and talk, say hi, see what's going on, and I get up-to-date reports on patches, notes, what's the devs thinking about the game, stuff like that. There's a lot of things Discord has, and I like it in my pocket, especially when I'm at work. So I've advised everybody to get Discord.
See, this is what
Riemann, you got any thoughts on that?
So this is what I've been doing. I'll kill one person, I'll get the first person out, and then I've just been autoing the battle. So now I just auto it. Now I'll just auto the thing. You know, I mean, I noticed that with the protection now. Once you get that first person down, like you can just let it go. You know, I don't know if I like that yet. We'll see. I'm gonna continue to do it, but what? Yeah, Riemann, go ahead. What do you got? He's picking and choosing what he talks about.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's choosing not to get in on this topic.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get this 5s down. Maybe I shouldn't auto this with 5s. You think?
Well, you do have Ray on your side.
Yeah. Oh, they just took her out. We're in trouble now. Wow,
Yeah,
this is the second battle I've lost since the update. It's only the second one. I lost the very first battle I played, and then I played this. I guess I shouldn't have got cocky, huh? I tried to auto it.
Yeah.
On this guy.
I missed the beginning of it. Who was the lead?
The lead is Qui-Gon Jinn, Yoda, Leia, Old Ben, and 5s.
Oh, really? Because they're dodging like they have a Dooku lead.
I know. Yeah, it's weird. It must have been a bad random number, maybe, or something.
Wow.
So his
I know we're watching it on a delay, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, perfect example of 5s. And now imagine him double tapping.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is, prime example.
Yeah, I'll fight that team again, and I'll actually let's legit fight him and not get cocky. With you know, I've gotta protect that win-loss record I got on there. So it depends. Sometimes I'll go a little risky and I won't do tenacity up in the beginning, but I'm gonna do tenacity up. I don't like to be too crazy. I was already a little crazy that last battle, so.
General Yell is asking what our thoughts are on SWGOH Press. I'll speak on this because I did speak so highly of him before the update. I did think he was on the right path to be really good post-update. But from what I'm hearing from everyone who does have him maxed out, yeah, I guess I was wrong on that one with the SWGOH Press. I'm still holding on to a slight glimmer of hope. I did come across a Gear 9 SWGOH Press today, so, and he did pretty well. I don't know his stats that high up, but it's looking like if you had to make a choice in your arena payouts, I would say at this point it's looking like stop farming SWGOH Press and go with Stormtrooper Han. That turn meter manipulation is just too good right now in what we're seeing in the new meta. You guys have any thoughts on SWGOH?
I haven't used SWGOH. I have the character. I haven't geared or anything. To be honest with you, I have no idea about her, but I heard about her AI. It's not that great, so that's the only thing I know about SWGOH.
Speaking of Visage, she's talking about Savage, the Darth Maul's brother or whatever.
Yeah, SWGOH Press.
You should have said Oppress. Okay. Oppress, he's very, very tanky. His offense up is really great. Yeah, I fought him a couple times, but I haven't fought a tier 9. And I have him, I just don't have him to like 7-star yet. But I think he can be a really a good character, especially with assist team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's still utility for him. His survivability needs, not his survivability, but whenever he gets attacked, he gets buffs, and then Qui-Gon Jinn can run in there and buff up the whole team. And now you just gave the entire team offense up at the expense of one guy having offense up. So that seems to be the biggest knock. But then again, a lot of people buff themselves up, so yeah, I'm not sure.
To all the community, I'm redeeming myself for you guys right now. So.
Are you fighting that person again?
Yeah.
Alright. Gotta start watching this. Who's the best leaders we think now? Is Phasma up there again? Is Dooku still up there? I feel like Qui-Gon Jinn definitely still is. Well, Jeff, yeah, Phasma has come back again as a leader, but also just as a team member, just a member on your squad. Before it was either leader or nothing with Phasma, but I'm running her, but not as a lead. I still have Qui-Gon Jinn with the Yoda pairing going on, just for the sheer speed. But yeah, she's definitely back again. I mean, how can you turn away having guaranteed critical hits for your entire team? Dooku's still everywhere. I don't know why. He's still everywhere. And Qui-Gon Jinn definitely is the best. And no, Duncan Dooku is not the best. But yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn still definitely is very much one of the best leaders that you have. Thoughts on that, guys?
I agree. I agree with what you said.
I do agree. Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn's really good. He's easy character to get, and especially when you have Yoda around, he definitely can put a lot of good fight.
Yep, and Qui-Gon Jinn just gets better at the level 8. I mean, let's not forget about that. He's going to be giving himself speed meter, and he's going to be taking away speed meter from the person that he hits. So he still has some cool things up his sleeve when it comes to his kit. Yo-Yo Yoda is saying that the best leads in the game are Qui-Gon Jinn, Dooku Scum, Phasma, Rex, and Jawa Engineer if he doesn't get nerfed. That's interesting. I wish I could ask him a little bit more about the Jawa Engineer if he doesn't get nerfed and everything. And really, Rex is a leader. Hold on, let me pull up Rex to make sure I got his leader ability right, because Rex has got some cool things too.
Yeah, I like Rex, but I think the Jawa Engineer, he's going to be coming into the picture in PvP a lot. I can see a lot of good potential with Jawa Engineer. And I already thought of a nice, good PvP group, but
Jawa Engineer isn't a leadership.
I wish I could ask him a little bit more about the Jawa Engineer if he doesn't get...
Sorry, Jawa Engineer isn't a leadership ability. That's a unique ability.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For Jawa Engineer.
I just looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
He only has special moves and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be really sick, especially with what's his name? HK. He's gonna be really good with HK.
Oh yeah, I agree. And Rex's leader ability, Brothers in Arms. So if you're running a clone team, and I know Yo-Yo Yoda is real high in the clone teams right now, as are a few other players out there. So his leader ability is clone allies gain 20% max health, and other allies gain half that amount. In addition, whenever an ally suffers a critical hit, which is big nowadays with the changes to advantage, all clone allies gain 50% turn meters, and other allies gain half that amount. So interesting. He's got a Barris type leader ability with increase to the max health for the clone allies and half that for the other allies, and turn meter gain for clone allies and half that for the other allies. So yeah, good call, Yoda. I think that will be good, especially if you're running that droid team comp. Raymond, you got anything to add to that? Sooner or later, we're going to hit a topic he wants to chime in on. Oh, he's not even in here.
No, he's not in here.
Never mind. He left us. Yeah, he left us. That's alright.
Guess his mic is not working today.
Finally, GG might get some play. Yep, and that is not the first time I've heard that today. With the with Jawa Engineer finally making General Grievous usable, because up until this point, he's, sorry to say this for a lack of a better word, useless.
Yep, he's basically a trophy. Now he's gonna be a usable trophy.
Yeah, El Guapo. Riemann may have gotten lured. I'm not going to say it on the stream, but yeah. When will Lobot be a threat? There actually is a member in our Discord community working on Lobot right now. He is pretty dead set on finishing out Lobot to get that speed boost for the droids and see how that does work out. I have spoken to Yo-Yo Yoda about it and his thoughts on Lobot as a leader. And actually, Yo-Yo Yoda did speak to the guy who's doing it as well. And Yo-Yo Yoda was pretty harsh on him. And actually, he's commenting right now, Lobot will never be a threat. Lobot's kit, outside of the speed that he grants all the other droids, if I remember correctly, let me just pull it up here. So let's see, he can deal physical damage to a target enemy with an 80% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. That's not too bad. He also dispels all negative status effects from all allies, so he does have a debuffing mechanic to him, just like Akbar does. And also, each ally recovers 7% of their max health for each effect that's dispelled this way. So if you do have a character that's going up against somebody who stacks up debuffs with AoEs, so maybe like Phasma, Vader, Sid, you know, all the classics that go on with that, 7% of their max health for each effect dispelled, it can be pretty significant. And Lobot gains 8% turn meter for each living droid ally, and droid allies gain half that amount. So 8% turn meter is kind of a weird number to fall on. But his leader ability, so droid allies do gain 25% speed with 10% potency. So that's good, especially with healing immunity and other things that they inflict on there. And also his unique ability is Lobot gains 5.5% speed and 5% tenacity for each living droid. So his chances of inflicting the defense down for 2 turns does increase. Could be good. Like I said, I haven't actually seen him in action fully geared up or started up or leveled up or anything like that, so I really don't know. I came across him once in one of those random Galactic War team comp polls that you get every now and again. You see these droid comps or these team comps, and you go, what? There's no way anyone's actually using that. But yeah, I mean, it could end up working. It could end up being a complete bust. I don't know. Darktron, do you have anything to add to Lobot?
Lobot, I have him. I haven't geared him yet. I don't know. Like, he can definitely put a lot of speed with the droid to put out the thing. His DPS with the engineering, but if that's gonna work, you gotta put Pogo in, and that's just gonna be a wrecking force. Right now, on paper, we haven't seen engineering in the game yet, so we don't know how everything's gonna affect. But it could be possible he could be good, but it could be possible it won't be good, because that leadership with HK is way better than Lobot. But if Lobot's gonna increase more speed, and so the droids can go more faster and put out more damage before the other opponent comes in, it could be a toss, a flipping coin there right now. So till we see the actual data, how it works, and gameplay, how it works, it could be something we have to look forward to see in PvP.
Yep, and we do have a couple requests from the chat to start talking about Galactic War post-update and how everyone is handling Galactic War with the update. I personally now, see, what I used to do was run my A-team throughout the entire thing, and you know, if I had to, I would throw in one Suicide Squad, but I would basically just run through the whole thing with one team, and then at the very end, just to have some fun with it, I would just start throwing in low-level tunes that I had just to get them killed, you know, just to have a little bit of fun. Now what I am doing, though, is I am starting with my B team with a Dooku lead on there. Keep it quiet, Duncan. I know what you're going to say. But yeah, my B team is a Dooku lead. And I just go in and I wear people down with that team. Just get as far as I possibly can with that B team. So that hopefully when I get past halfway through Galactic War, then I can throw in my A team, and my A team is fresh, ready to go, full protection, full moves, don't have to worry about anything, and then I can just pick it up from there and get through there. But even then, I still have to throw in a Suicide Squad or two. So I mean, it is more challenging, but it is something that you can get through. You just have to do a little bit of an adjustment. Darktron, what are you doing differently?
Galactic War been when the previous patch came out, really having difficulty completing it. It's just the protection bar is ridiculous. I'm fighting guys who are like level 75 near the very end, the 4 gnomes before the end. It's very difficult. They're having Dooku leads and everything, Royal Guard, and when I see that, basically make me want to just reset and do the next Galactic War. It's very hard right now with the protection bar. They need to get rid of the protection bar in Galactic War, because it's gonna really affect the people that are free to play and the lower tier people when they reach around 50 or start getting the level 7 gear and up in Galactic War, because it's going to be very hard for the free to play players, and that's going to be the biggest slash. And I can see hoping they're going to change that to make it no protection bar in it, period. Because right now I don't see the protection bar being affected, or the generation in the Galactic War being affected at all. So right now, the best thing they could do is just get rid of the protection in Galactic War, and it makes it a lot easier for people. Because that's the thing, we are dependent on Galactic War for the credits, and if we can't complete it, we don't get that much credits from it. And especially for the materials that we need to get a character from Galactic War, yeah, they need to change it.
Yeah, and what I would say about the protection in Galactic War is the regeneration for protection, as it is right now in Galactic War, is a joke. That is such a negligent amount that it really doesn't matter. So either fill up our protection bar so we can go in with protection on there, as long as you have it. I mean, I agree that once it's gone, it's gone. You got to have a little bit of risk in there. You can't just say, oh, well, screw it, I'm just going to get completely replenished after the fight. But give us all the protection back so we have a little bit of incentive not to lose it, or just get rid of protection as a whole in Galactic War. So, I am a Sith, I deal in absolute like that. So, and especially with the free-to-play players, I could see where that would get so challenging on that, because, I can say I throw in my B team first and stuff, but I do recognize that there are a lot of players out there that don't have a B team. They may only have enough characters available for one Suicide Squad, so that has to be used wisely. So they do, and I also think that they need to rework protection as a whole. I do view it as kind of lazy that they just kind of doubled everyone's life and just threw that out there, because now the people who needed protection the most don't have protection, and then the people who didn't need the protection now has the most protection, and now it's like trying to punch through a brick wall. It's so yeah, they a little bit of reworking does need to be done. A little fine tuning, really. It's not ruining the game. I'm not saying I'm going to quit or anything like that, but yeah, it's something they do need to take a look at things a little deeper. Janko Fett is asking at Stu and company, what character do you want most added into the game? I would love to see Emperor Palpatine make it. I also would love if he was a speed leader as well, and maybe that is what is coming on there, because I have noticed that a lot of the Sith aren't getting a lot of speed boosts in the new level 80 cap. So that's the character I would most want. You do see him in the game. He's got some pretty cool moves on there. So yeah, I think I would want to see Emperor Palpatine the most. Darktron, who do you want to see the most?
The dark side Barasafi. That's who I want to see.
Yep. Big favorite. And El Guapo is saying that he will make some videos or he'll try to make some videos on the Night Sister teams and everything. Please do that. I know a lot of people would love to see that. I know I would love to see that as well. Keggy, only the Sith deal an absolute statement. Absolutely. Now I feel like I need to do a shot of absolute just to complete the absolute. Is that Riemann?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Jango Fett wants to see Jango Fett.
I'd like to
that
see.
Makes perfect sense.
I'd like to see Ezra Bridger.
You want to see Ezra? Get some rebels in there, huh?
Ezra and maybe Kanan. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe start throwing in some Inquisitors. One thing that would be cool. Yeah, Robo-Maul would be cool with his robotic legs. Old Ahsoka, or grown-up, not old Ahsoka, but adult Ahsoka. That would be cool with the white lightsabers and everything, now that we're talking about the Rebels characters. That would be really cool.
Darth Bane.
Yeah, the Grand... Darth Bane?
Darth Bane, yeah.
Yeah, Darth Bane would be really cool as well on there. Dark Side Yoda, when Yoda had to face his dark side. That'd be cool. I mean, we can go on and on and on. And y'all forgetting about lightsaber Luke? Well, George, no, we're not forgetting about Jedi Luke at all. It's just that he has been said so many times. No, I'm not harping on you, George. No, it's... Yeah, obviously lightsaber Luke would be a great addition to the game. Just that for me personally, I just like to see him.
I think we're closest to get. I think we're closest to getting lightsaber Luke and Emperor Palpatine probably out of that whole list.
Yeah, Palpatine and Jedi Luke would be, because we know that they're in the game. They do look and operate like complete characters. So yeah, I mean that would be my guess.
I think we went over Jedi Luke's move list one time on the stream.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't remember it anymore. I'd have to go back, or maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it was in Discord or something.
An Inquisitor team would be cool. Yeah, and more clone troopers. Exactly. Yeah, buff up the clone team comp.
I'd like to see TIE Fighter pilot.
Yeah, TIE Fighter pilot. That's something that everybody got to see in that challenge. And I saw that and I was like, man, that's cool. We need some TIE Fighter pilot. Yeah, I've been saying Revan for a long time. Hermit Yoda. Yeah, that was it. But good call, James. But yeah, Darth Revan would be really cool. Plagueis would be really cool for a dark side or Sith only reviver. We've had a lot of chats in Discord about a Sith healer. Everyone's calling for a Sith healer, but that doesn't really seem to be the Sith way. But having somebody like Plagueis come in and have the ability to revive a fallen enemy or a fallen ally, now see, that's something I could definitely hop on board with.
I think we need to see Padme at some point too.
Oh, get a little Padme action in there. She can scream at people that they're going down a path she can't follow.
She's laying Luke's mom, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I know. And actually, in the chat, a lot of people calling for Padme. Yeah, she always seems to come up in that. Yeah, Sabine and Zeb. Exactly. Yep. What's up, Grande patron? Glad to see you can join us in the chat. What about young Ben? Yes, I would definitely like to see a General Kenobi in the game from the Clone Wars. Absolutely, I would like to see that.
We actually we found the #1 guy on our server today here in the chat.
Oh, really? It's not Scott Awesome?
No, it's not Scott Awesome. No, it's me actually. But as far as that goes, I mean, there's another guy. There's another guy who competes with me every day, named Malia Bean, and he's always in the top 5. So he competes with Scott and I.
Oh, is that who you were talking to in the chat earlier?
Yeah, he's the guy that Scott posts up with the Chirpa team.
Oh, okay.
That's not what he runs daily, but I mean that's just he has that team.
That is the guy.
That's
Okay.
the guy.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was called in the voice chat. I just saw you saying Malia like out of nowhere, and I'm looking and I'm like, who is he talking to?
He's on the Discord. He's on Discord too. So yeah, maybe he'll join us one day.
Yeah, maybe.
It's cool.
Get
It's
some,
cool.
feedback.
It's cool. Malia and Scott are really the only two that they're the only two people on my server that I've ever contacted with. So it's kind of cool to have that interaction throughout the day, especially on the Discord. Malia would be cool because he's on my payout. So I'd like to chat with him while I'm battling for first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we do have a caller waiting. I guess we can take him. He has been waiting for quite a while. Oh, that's right. Only Skunk can pull people in here. So, never mind.
In the
We will not be
fortress.
taking callers. Yep, we are in the Fortress of Skunkitude here. So, yeah, we will not be taking him right now. So let me go back to the chat questions and see. At Stu, I feel like EA made a to-do list on who to add and started from the bottom. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but giving us the big name characters all at once, once we had all of them, then releasing somebody like a Gammorian Guard and a Jawa Engineer would be like,
well, European college, I guess, and they call college something a little bit different in America.
Castaspella.
Word, man, what's up?
What's going on? You got dragged into the live stream. What's going on, man?
You're on the chat, buddy. You're talking to the world.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? My name's Castaspella, and I am a whale. So let me introduce my team. I've got a 7-star Leia. First of all, Gear 8. I didn't pre-craft any 73s, which is a bummer. But I've got my Lando and my Leia at max. And I'm rocking those behind what I call the Nugget.
What, everyone stop talking?
Disney first. So it's so powerful when we come to talk about this.
Castaspella, we lost you there for a second. You got to restart.
Yeah, we listened, man.
Can you still hear me, everybody?
Yep, now we can.
Yep.
Wonderful. So let me tell you about my team. I have 7 characters that I'm leveling currently that are all up to and or will very shortly be level 75. Max gear to the extent that I've pre-crafted. I'm no pre-craft super expert, but Leia and Lando, those two behind any sort of competitive team that can keep them alive. Of course, we're talking Royal Guard, perhaps, and almost certainly we're talking Han because Leia's lead. This is the whale's dream right here. Leia and Lando with Han and Royal Guard, and boom, who else? Who else would you use in this team?
Hoth Rebel Scout.
So if I'm not here, you guys
Every
can't
single
talk?
team,
Yeah.
every
That's
single
weird.
team could use a Rey Royal Guard Han. I call it the nugget. That is the triad that dominates, it really does, our current meta. Rey, of course. You put your Gear 9 into Rey, oh my gosh. I was telling somebody here the other night, he had one fusion, whatever, the level 73 gear. And I said, oh, definitely do Rey. You are going to dominate your server with it. You get your Rey, you get your Royal Guard, you get your Han. And those three pack the most punch and have the most protection. And then you can just flavor to suit with whatever else you want. You want to do a Qui-Gon Jinn and a Yoda? Go for it. You want to do a Rey and a Lando? Go for it. In fact, those are my two teams right now. That is my 7 characters. And I'm rocking the whale train, no doubt. But it is competitive and it keeps people on their mad toes. No one can just drop that team in without thinking against a random selection out of whatever I decided to throw in to hold number 1 with. And I've got a really, really competitive server. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, thank you. Yeah, very interesting with the Leia Lando.
Yeah, his team can pack a punch. I can tell you that now. I fought it about a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
His
sure.
team's very powerful.
Yeah, Lando.
Well, what really makes it tick, I tell you what, is that Royal Guard. And it boils down to a pre-craft Mine's Gear 9. And it remains unintelligible that that's such a divide. It won't be forever, guys, I promise. But this is, the Royal Guard is the hero of any team right now. Anybody that's got a Gear 9 Royal Guard is probably dominating their boards, period.
Royal Guard.
Yep, that's what I said, Royal Guard. Gear 9 Royal Guard totally wins.
So break down the synergy with the Leia lead and Lando on the team. Like what makes that work?
Well, we of course have Leia that is packing up to, and that will be, I'm packing them because it takes to level 80, but I'll get up to 20% critical chance with Leia as leadership on Rebels. And as y'all know, Lando just got promoted to Rebel status like 2 days ago. And I was uniquely able to capitalize on this because I had Lando at 74, Gear 8 max, except for that level 73 pre-craft I don't have. Just like I have Leia in that same boat. Just right there to the level, except just stuck in Gear 8. But those two together, they are actually winning. I can retake position 1 in my leaderboard. Boom. I can actually do it in less than 2 minutes with this team. Because Leia and Lando, on top of Royal Guard and Han, and of course, everybody else loves Rey, that is going to just ruin because she hits like the best. And that's actually where my first furnace is going to go. And my first Omegas. Of course, Rey wins.
15% damage on all of her moves, right?
Every single one, man. I on the 80, it's her triple hit, which is so crazy. 15% damage on top of what literally still one-shots a Dooku. I can one-shot Dooku's day and night. It's still pretty great.
Yeah, I know, which is why when the update first came out, everyone was saying, oh, they ruined Rey, they nerfed her so bad, she'll never be usable again. No.
I
She
hope
still
they
wrecks house.
propagate that. I tell you what, I want people to stop farming Rey right now. In fact, everybody who's not going to be on a Lord Skunk team on our and really dominate this thing should stop farming Rey immediately. And you should, you heard it here first, farm Lando, for sure. Lando's the man. He's the man, and Lobot is your hard node, dude. I tell you what, I am going to actually start farming Lobot, and I'll get back to you once I have a Grievous and a Lobot, which will take about 8 years.
Yeah, we were actually talking about Lobot a little earlier and going over his abilities for a droid team, and you want to pair him with Grievous. Well, actually, you do have a 7-star Grievous,
Well, of
don't
course. No, I sure don't. I have a 0
Oh, okay.
star Grievous. I have 0 Grievous shards. In fact, I don't even have enough. I'm banking almost enough to get my Vader to 6 in terms of shard shop currency. I've got 6,000 sitting, but I mean, what? That's 40 shards. So we all got to keep track of that and assume that I don't know about you, but Vader is way more important to me than Grievous. And Vader is at least available at standard exchange. And someday, somehow, and I sure hope that those people who got free advantage don't beat me to it, but I'm going to be on the front end of having a real Vader, a 6-star Vader. He's at 25 now. I'll get him to like 65 with my current things that are, well, it'll take about a year, like I said. And that'll only be a 6-star Vader. But I tell you what, 2 years from now, I'd have a 7-star Vader and I'd be on the bleeding edge of it. Wouldn't that be great? I really want Vader to remain so elite that they somehow just pull those shards back out of people who had, you know, got them inappropriately. Don't cream them. Don't ban them. Take back the crystals and the Vader shards and probably whatever else they earned. But give them their account back after this week, right? Because people got banned for a whole week, or not banned, but suspended. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And it is looking like it is a 1-week ban for everyone. I don't know if you're listening right now and your account did get suspended, but EA and CG did finally start responding to everybody, and it is looking like if they felt that you received the achievement reset or you got more than one, if you got more than one, you got suspended for 1 week. We're not too sure about how everything broke down with that. We're not too sure what's going to happen after their accounts are reactivated, but it does look like everyone who got suspended is getting their accounts back after 1 week. But if you got straight up banned,
so we're talking
you're not coming back.
We're talking people who had activated the retrigger of achievements, so they could cascade from initial first Vader shards as a new player, and they were able to just bank those real quick. And those players that did it more than once, because it took a lot of specific coordination between devices, it wasn't something you just did on your phone. Anybody that was just playing their phone shouldn't have to worry about this, period. It was only because of a weird interaction between 2 or more different devices, and those players that didn't overly maximize it certainly have nothing to worry about in terms of trouble within their account.
Right, and those people, unfortunately, whether you collected the achievements or not, whether you starred your Vader up or not, I know plenty of people who didn't even touch their achievements. They did the honorable thing. They took some screenshots. They sent it in and said, hey, this is weird. What do I do? And they didn't do anything. They didn't collect anything. They were honest. They showed good faith and still got suspended. But at least now we do know that it is a week, and you should be getting your account back after 1 week. So there's a spot of good news.
They'll get to keep their.
By the way,
they'll get to keep their achievements.
We don't know.
No
one.
CG is well within their window to take anything and everything out of these accounts. I would assume they'll take any ill-gotten crystals, first pass. Secondly, they will take any ill-gotten Vaders. And beyond that, I don't know. Maybe they'll do crystals. Maybe they're going to pinch that Grievous that somebody actually did because they did it so many times over and over again.
Those crystals are probably spent already, and I'd imagine it's going to be kind of difficult to go in there.
Well, they weren't spent this week, and I tell you what, they might let them have those 1900 refreshes that they were doing on that other account, but they're not going to let them get back to main shards with ill-gotten crystals. So they won't. I promise you that, because that's right. They're a company that makes money only off of crystals, because that's pretty much all they sell, and then certain types of packs. But they definitely won't give. They're going to definitely do that, right? Anybody else think otherwise?
I just want to see some more Vader shards in the shard shop, man. I think there should be, on a daily basis, like 2 shards. Like there should definitely be every day like 2 shards in there, or maybe one day just pop in with like 3 Vaders, so you can pick up 6 quick shards. It's just too infrequent.
Yeah, and if they're going to make it so coveted, and we're going to keep on having these problems with Vader and Vader shards, it's either, look, give us a 7-star Vader, or just take Vader out of the game and then reintroduce him when you figure it out.
As long as everybody's Vader on my shard is legit, I am happy to stare down that 6-star Vader in about a month or 2 months. That guy who got way better RNG in terms of his available shard shop guys. Because I had a lot of shards. I've been looking for Vader the whole time. I've been available and I've checked it, and I missed out. I had a 90-day, 45-day freeze out. No Vader shards, period.
That's way too long, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, there shouldn't be any gaps of Vader like that. I mean, if you have a wealth of shard shop tokens, and that means you've spent quite a bit of money on the game. So I think that I should be able to collect Vader shards a little bit more frequent. I'm not saying they should give them to us, but we should get them a little bit more frequently than they're giving them to us right now.
Yeah, definitely, so that having something like a 6-star Vader doesn't raise eyebrows.
I mean, you look at, like, once you pass 500 opponents defeated in arena, the next level is 2,500, and all they give you for defeating 2,500 opponents, which will probably take me months, if not a year, is 3 Vader shards.
Vader is Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, I think what they should have done is just make an event for Vader and have what event for Vader is, and just get the character done and over with.
You can, however, have 1,000 shipments and get 10 Vader shards. It takes a long time, but that's a solid 10 in terms of everyone else who wants a Vader, myself included. I'd like to get those 10 shards, and I continue to buy those dopey shipments that do nothing for me. But you gotta chug away if you want Vader. It's a long-term plan for me in terms of this game, and I would expect that any dev that thinks about how Vader plays into this game, no one has talked about yet, but I've explored the fact that Vader has super high level gears at his end game levels. But what that means is he has super extreme increases in power from so many different angles. Vader is going to be the meta when he becomes 7-star. When we can all have gear 12, 7-star, level 90, or level 100 Vaders, we're all going to be sitting around saying, oh man, Vader, Royal Guard, like, okay, maybe that'll help me to keep my Vader alive a little bit. But that would be money, and he will be incredible. Him at 7-star today would be over dominant. I would be unbeatable with the 7-star Vader if I had him legit.
Exactly.
Now,
And go on.
Yeah, do we have any questions on display?
Yep, I was just going to get that. Snowman is asking, what about Eth Koth? Well, Eth Koth, he's easy to get. He's easy to star up. He's easy to gear. So if you're looking for somebody for the Yoda event, Eth Koth fits the bill.
I would not do
pretty
that.
perfectly.
I would avoid Eth Koth, not the least of which because his name sounds like East Coast. But it definitely matters because he's weak. He does have a lot of potency at level 80. You look at the tabulation, he's like top 10%. So he's got mad potency. He does have a stun. So he's a legit stunner. But he really doesn't matter. And to waste that kind of resources on to forecast for Yoda, who I absolutely expect me and my 7-star Yoda will celebrate, will be much harder this time around. They will give protection to that Yoda team, and you are going to be packing, and you're going to be fighting a wickedly difficult battle. They're not going to give it away, and you have to have really tough. And yeah, you're all going to spend 10 or 15 million more just getting those guys up.
But the thing with Eth Koth is, like I said, he's easy to get, he's easy to gear. You don't have to get him super high. Now, they did say that they are going to be adjusting Yoda's speed for the 7-star tier challenge. Obviously, we have no idea what that's actually going to do. You can pretty much bet your next paycheck that he's going to have protection. So taking a little bit of speed away from a guy that was going to attack you multiple times before you had a chance to go anyway, I don't know how much that's really going to do. We're going to have to wait and see on that one. But Eth Koth, as a whole, can you run him in Arena? Not really, no. Can you run him in Galactic War? I use him in Suicide Squads. You know?
I run him in Arena, every day right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I took number 1 today with Eth Koth, with Qui-Gon lead, Yoda, Ahsoka, Eth Koth, and Captain Phasma.
I'm sorry, what was that team?
It was Qui-Gon lead, Yoda, Ahsoka, Captain Phasma, and Eth Koth. Eth Koth stuns Han.
Yes.
If you defeat their, let's say they're not running Dooku, right? So now you're not going to get those erratic dodges. Okay, so if they're running, let's say Stormtrooper Han is lead, okay, and they have Rey on their team, this gives you an ability to take Rey out at the beginning of the match, which is huge. And once you take Rey out of the game, you're now stunning Stormtrooper Han, which gives you time to take out another character that they have. So if they're also running Geonosian Soldier or Oldaka's a little tanky, so she's going to be kind of difficult to take out before Stormtrooper Han gets to do his taunt. But Geonosian Soldier can work. If they're running Qui-Gon as like a secondary character, you can take him out because he's kind of squishy. The point is that with that stun, it gives you the ability to hit another Royal Guard, because that's a given. If they're running Royal Guard, you're gonna have a hard time with that. But stunning now the characters before they get to really even start, and then you're already at a crazy advantage. So now it's just a matter of taking out Han and 2 other characters, and Han is not necessarily the strongest tank in the game. So, like I said, it's he's a tool character. He's going to provide more than that stun. That's getting a match.
All right, you broke up a little bit there at the end, Riemann. So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was able to hear the tail end of that.
What I was saying is that he's a tool character, so all you're really going to get out of him is that stun. Okay, I mean, he'll do some damage with his lightsaber, but what you're really using him for is that stun. But that stun can come in, can really come in handy at the beginning of a match to get you the right, to set the table correctly.
Exactly, I agree.
It's something where people hate on Eth Koth. I know it, okay, and I understand it because, again, if you're not running this specific lineup, he really doesn't do you any good. But if you're running Qui-Gon lead and you have the speed there with Ahsoka and Yoda, you're going to get to go before anybody else. And then you're really only going to see one other character that'll go before Eth Koth, and that's Dooku. So if he doesn't stun your Eth Koth before he gets a chance to go, you're in pretty good shape, and it'll give you an ability to kind of give yourself a nice advantage at the beginning of the match. Out that way, but like I said, Eth Koth is pretty potent, and that stun is pretty reliable. So, it's just another way to attack the match. I mean, again, Eth Koth is also easy to get. So, if you are looking for, getting a Yoda or 7-star Yoda, I mean, I'd say he's one of the easier Jedi to get right now. Again, you don't want to. You also have to keep in mind where you're farming these characters from to get the 7-star Yoda. Your Eth Koth is out of arena shipments, so he gives you the ability to farm him while you're farming others. Whereas, like, let's say you want to go for somebody at a cantina, you really got to pick one. You can't go for two at the same time. So he gives you that ability to farm, an extra Jedi out of another area of shipments.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm surprised at how divisive a character Eth Koth is. The chat is blowing up. I love my Eth Koth. Eth Koth's doing fine for me. Oh, he sucks. Get another character. Don't even focus on him. Hey, I got him. I 7-starred him. It actually went pretty quickly. And guys, he's one of the easiest characters to gear. Now, you don't have to put him gear 9 or gear 8. So you just, if you're looking for someone quick to throw in there, I mean, there's Ahsoka, there's Eth Koth, there's always Mace Windu, but no. I mean, I did start going for the Mace Windu thing, and I kind of left him in the dust where he belongs.
Mace Windu is not worth it at this point. I know some people are trying to farm him, some people are working with Mace, but like I said, I mean, if you're already working on him, finish him up, of course. But I think that if you're planning or you're trying to pick a Jedi to start on, he's probably not your first option over there in Cantina to go for. I'd rather go for old Ben, personally. And once we get to 77 and you have the availability of Imagundi, I mean, he would be another one I'd go for first.
Yeah, Imagundi. Yeah. Just unfortunately such a slow grind, but that's all changing soon. Next couple of levels.
I've actually stopped farming the hard nodes for him now because I know I'm going to be able to get him in a couple of days. So it really doesn't make sense at this point anymore. I mean, I'm still buying, just like you. I'm still buying those.
And we lost him again.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Zach Grande.
I am here. I got done with my stuff, and I thought I'd jump in here on the stream. You guys are having a great conversation about Eth Koth, but I'm going to tell you, I am really excited about what Lord Skunk is doing on his squad arena. I don't know if you guys are watching this, but it's cool to see what he's doing here as far as how he's running healers and how he's kind of working through that.
On his Galactic War, you mean?
Yeah, on his Galactic War. Sorry.
Lord Skunk's PvP is kind of like Galactic War.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just look at how he's doing it. I mean, he ran 3 healers and then he pulled the healer out. He changed who his lead was, I think, at one point. It's just if any of you guys are having trouble with Galactic Wars, and I'm going to tell you, I was having trouble with Galactic Wars. And there's lots to be learned on how he's running this right now.
Yeah, and the thing with Galactic War, guys, it was never a real static thing where you just did the same thing every day. You had to switch positions of characters. You had to try out different leads. You know, if speed wasn't working for you with the Qui-Gon lead, then go ahead and pop Lumi in there and see if evasion doesn't work. If you're going to do an assist move and they're calling in the wrong guy, you know, switch people around. All those principles are still the same. You know, when I was talking about Galactic War earlier and what I'm doing now, I didn't mean that I'm running a B team now and then I'm running my A team. I may have oversimplified it, but no, I mean, you still retreat out, you try again, you keep on doing it, and you go. It's just that it used to be I would just run the same team all the way through, you know, switch some positions around a couple of times along the way if it didn't go my way, and you know, that was pretty much it. But all those basic principles for Galactic War are still the same. They have not changed.
I've gotten to a point now finally where I can auto my Galactic Wars up to, you know, pretty much the last 5 matches, and then I'll put in my my Jedi team and just try to finish those off. You know, I typically just go through the other characters that I have and just kind of let them go. You know, if you try to save, you know, if you're trying to go through the entire goal, let's say you have some characters. Let's say you're not just dealing with 5 or 6 characters. You know, if you try to save these characters, you're going to take a lot of time to do it. You know, because you're going to constantly have to restart your match, and it's kind of stressful sometimes. You know, but if you just take the L sometimes on a character that maybe you can deal with moving on with, again, you don't want to lose a healer or something like that, but you know, if you can take the L on certain characters, then you'll move along through it a little bit quicker, you know, because a lot of times, you know, the reason it takes me longer in Galactic Wars is because I'm really just trying to take my whole team, take the same team from the beginning to the end, and that's it's just not necessary. You know, at the end of the day, as long as you beat that last stage, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end game. That's exactly what you're trying to do. El Guapo is asking, is there any value to the add defense type leader abilities? I think so, depending on what kind of team you're running. I mean, if you're going for more of a tankier team on there, it's not really going to help any of the glass cannons out too much. Unfortunately, they just didn't get enough protection for any of that to really have any kind of effect on them. But if you do have a leader ability that is giving defense up, and you are running like a SWGOH press and a 5s and everything right there, every little bit helps when you're talking about these tanky teams now. Every little bit helps. And if you're going to make it that much harder to kill RG, then good on you. And a name that's been popping up a lot recently, and I'm sure you know this, is Chewbacca with his leader ability. Because with his leader ability, he's given defense up. Or no, I'm sorry, he's giving extra defense to all allies. And then whenever an ally is attacked, they get defense up for what I believe is 2 turns. So, I mean, that's a lot of extra defense. Especially if you're going with a team that's just a little bit slower and a little bit tankier. Do you guys have anything you want to add on to that?
I'd like to give it a shot.
You're going to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'd like to give it a shot at some point. I mean, I have his leader ability up a little bit. I think I have it at level 5, so I could try that out. You know, I just wouldn't want to run him because he really doesn't do that much damage. I wouldn't want to run him with anybody but like a super tanky team. You know, if you had like Chewbacca lead with, let's say, like a Fives Royal Guard, and like, you know, let's say like Kylo Ren, and just trying to think of somebody else, maybe Phasma, you know, that might be good.
Yeah, it could be. And I think his normal attack, his basic attack, gives out turn meter. Do I have that right? Let me pull it up.
His basic attack reduces turn meter.
Oh, it removes turn meter. Okay, there we go. Yeah, deal physical damage to target enemy with a 55% chance to remove 50% turn meter. Well, see, now that gets a little interesting. Now, that is a level 8 ability, guys. So don't start whipping out your Chewbacca's right now. But I think Razor Ramon has a Chewbacca that's fairly leveled up. Isn't that right, Razor?
Yeah, he's a 7-star gear 8. You go. I went all the way with Chewbacca, and you know, it was just because I also fortunately got a couple of drops for him in in Bronzium and in Chromium, and you know, I ended up which, by the way, I haven't seen a Chewbacca drop in Chromium ever lately, but as far as like he's concerned, he's up there. I think though that you know, he'll have his day in the sun again at some point. I don't know if he'll ever be like a meta character, but I think he'll be somebody that you can throw in some sort of comp and make it work. I'd like to try that leader ability now that you know, you see that Fives is working and some of these other characters that are really tanky are working. You know, I think it'd be kind of tough to defeat a team like that. I mean, just getting, you know, the health down for a Chewbacca, you know, Fives and Royal Guard on the same team would be pretty difficult, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I know. And Fives he's just the man. I've been working hard on him. Everything with Cantina goes to him. I'm doing his hard nodes too, just to get those extra shards. I'm also doing, if I see him in the shipments, I'm buying him along with Royal Guard, and also in the shard shop if I see him, and I have enough shard shop credits, of course.
Fives is amazing right now. You know, the thing is that if you have a squishy team, I mean, Fives. I mean, I don't know if I mentioned this the other day, but Fives was taking on Fives with 3 characters, and I almost lost. You know, fighting you know, a Fives 3-on-1. You know what I mean? So that's you know, he just, you know, he has a, you know, a large chance to counter, and on top of that, he's just very difficult to damage, and he also goes twice if he's attacking a character that has speed down. So he's pretty good right now. I mean, I would say if you're going for somebody in Cantina right now, and you have to decide who to go for next, I'd say definitely, you know, going in his direction wouldn't do you wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And we did get the question. I'm trying to find who asked it. Oh, James asked, is Poggle still good in team comps that aren't droids? Yes. Yeah, he is good. He is a character that goes really fast. So he's one of the first characters to go, and he gives the entire team offense up. That's it. That right there tells you all you need to know.
He also
isn't bad as well.
He gives you ability block with his basic. You know what I'm saying? And with offense up, that basic does do a little bit of damage. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a bad character. I'd say that his day in the sun has kind of lost it a little bit. But you know, if you're combining him, and this is what I've seen a little bit out there, is if you're combining him with, let's say, the likes of somebody like Captain Phasma, and you're giving the whole team offense up and advantage at the same time, then you're going to start to see a lot of damage coming from the other characters. So, I mean, you know, I think that that works very well. You know, I've seen that quite a bit lately.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, and guys, I am on a delay. I don't have a live feed to Skunk's thing, and I did see Fives go to town on Skunk's team there. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Exactly what I'm talking about. You know, he's a nightmare to take out. Every time you hit him, almost every time you hit him, he's going to counter. He's going to call in assists. I think he's a great character right now, and I highly suggest farming him if you're confused. Now, if you're farming anybody else out of Cantina shipments, then and you're 6 stars on your way to 7 stars, by all means, finish them out. Finish them.
Even if you're at 5 stars, finish them. You know,
yeah.
Just finish the character and then go on to the next one. You don't want to have half characters. It's not going to do you any good. But 5s, you're eventually going to have to face him. You know, he's that last character you want to go for, kind of like, you know, with Dooku, you just save him for last. And, you know, when you get to that point, you know, he's got a lot of health. So, you know, you're going to be in quite a battle there.
Yeah, 5 is very, very good. I actually tested him out on my friend's iPad. And, man, he's just a wrecking machine. Like, he took on the last 2 people in PvP, and it just stuck in there, and he just killed both of them. It's because of the counter ability, and when he gets that last ability for his skill, level 8, for his main basic attack, it's gonna be disgusting. And especially when you have Battle putting his slowdown, he's just gonna keep on popping double shot to people, anybody that attacks him.
Yeah, exactly. You were breaking up a little bit there, Darktron.
Oh, that's
Pilot, Resistance Trooper, Finn, and Mace. That's an interesting.
Expose is working really good right now.
Yeah, it's working really good right now. The biggest hole in that would be Mace Windu. He really doesn't expose really as often as he maybe should, and it's really kind of RNG. Whenever I use Mace in the tank challenge against Mace, and
it's really not even.
There are sometimes
it's not an expose, right? He's doing like it's actually a different thing that he's getting a different symbol that's going up there, right?
No, it is expose.
Okay.
Very good. Let me double check that real quick, but I do believe it is exposed.
I thought he's
unique ability.
I thought he's putting a red skull on top of people's heads.
Yeah, but that does the AI Mace, not the player's AI.
Yeah, that's the AI Mace. Your Mace exposes. Our Mace will expose. It's the shatter point that brings up the skull for the AI on there.
So is that like a ability that we'll be able to get later, or is that something that's just only for the computer?
Looks like it's only for the computer, but I do know that the unique ability that Mace uses his unique ability is called Shatter Point. So I can see where it could be confused because you have seen Shatter Point before. But yeah, I believe his unique ability is called Shatter Point.
It is.
Yeah, it's called So, yep.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the few characters that I don't have, and you know I don't really see the benefit. I mean I've seen other people use him, and you know he's just he's really he's tanky, but he's really slow, and I don't know, he doesn't really do a heck ton of damage, and on top of that he's also, I mean there's just a lot of other characters in Cantina right now that I would go for before him. I mean that's really the main thing that I'm looking at. I mean I'd rather go for Lando. I'd rather go for a lot of people, and I wish that Mace Windu would be a target character for me, because the character itself, like Mace Windu from Star Wars, I love, but unfortunately he's just not there on the competitive side, and I don't think he's really worth the farm at this moment. You know, if you don't have anything else to go for, and you just like Mace Windu, I mean, why not? But you know, like I said, I think there's a lot of better options out there in Cantina right now, and you know, if you're picking characters, I mean, if you don't have a Geonosian soldier yet, I mean, if you don't have I mean, again, as long as you're not, you know, going for Jedi because of the Yoda event, then I wouldn't go for him. And even then, if you're not at you know, at the higher levels yet where you can get Barriss, I would go for Old Ben before I'd go for him.
Yeah, and I know we did get on a Mace Windu tangent there, but an exposed team. See, the thing with an exposed team is you're really lending yourself to RNG at that point. Focusing on something that is so dependent on, you know, the random numbers is always risky. I mean, if it does work, if you do have a round where everything's working for you, everything's going, you're getting the RNG, then yeah, I mean, you could wreck with that, but like I said, it just lends itself a little too much to RNG.
Well, you know, like we said the other day, you know, the whole game is RNG, but I mean, you know, yeah, you're right. I agree. And there's certain things that RNG, you know, listen, I mean, dodge is an RNG thing. Expose is an RNG thing. I mean, you know, everything, you know, ultimately goes to RNG, but there are certain parts of the game where RNG tends to be a bit more annoying. And you know, like I said, in the other stream, last stream we had, you know, I think that, you know, this evasion is really annoying, and that's a super RNG thing. And I mean, I know that, you know, like I said, you know, how much damage you're going to do is random, whether you're going to crit is random. I mean, all those things are random, but not doing any damage at all multiple times in a match can really, you know, screw you up. And like I said, I don't think it lends itself to any kind of strategy. So being that this is a strategic game, at least I like to think it is, you know, I don't really like, you know, that stat. I don't think that there should be an evasion lead at all in the game, personally. I mean, I just, I wouldn't want to run it, nor do I want to face it. I just think it's just like it's just something that's out there that, you know, that can screw you up and give somebody a victory that doesn't really deserve it.
Yeah, and I think everybody listening right now can attest to that. Do we still have Skunk around?
What's up? I'm here. I'm gonna take a break from Galactic Wars. Yeah, I hadn't gone through my Galactic Wars in like 2 days, so I figured I should get through that, and then I can listen to you guys talk for a little bit, see what you guys had to say.
You're gonna give me an apology?
For what? For allowing you back into my channel? For allowing you back onto my show? I allow you to come onto my show. You should be apologizing to me for bringing a crappy mic to my high quality show that I provide for the community.
Well, in secret, I will apologize, but on the air, I want a live apology from you.
Oh, you just ruined it. Hey, Skunk, can you get Darktron back in here? He left and can't get back in.
Yeah.
And I can't pull him in for some reason.
Can Remon get back in if I kick him out?
I don't know.
Let's just ban him from the server. You want to? You guys want to just ban him?
No, man.
You could just put him in the...
We should put him in his nap time channel.
Put him in timeout.
Let's
put him in timeout.
Man, we are getting some amazing questions in here in the live stream. Some really great ones. I've just trying to follow them.
Well, good.
You know, we've got is I've been trying. Is a 4-star Royal Guard viable in PvP? That's one of the ones that just came up just here recently. I would say yes. What do you guys think?
I'd say yes.
I didn't hear you. What did you say? I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
Is a 4-star Royal Guard viable in PvP?
Yeah, I think that guy said he was like 65, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that. 68.
Yeah, if you're on a server that's a newer server, heck yeah, put him in. Heck yeah, put him in, because you know, even with that, gear him up though. Make sure he's geared up. because
Yeah, that's
gonna give you
exactly what I said. Gear him up and ability him up for sure.
Yeah.
Because the ability, especially that first one, the one where he gives the stun, man, I upgraded that ability, and his stun rate just went through the roof whenever I upgraded that.
And just keep another thing, even if you have 4-star, make sure you keep on getting shards for him. The more shards you can get for him, it's very closer to the next star. So just keep gearing him, do what you need to do for him. Just make sure you keep getting shards for him, because he's going to be very big staple for PvP for anybody.
Here was another one we got, which was Qui-Gon Jinn or Daka in Cantina. I said Qui-Gon Jinn if you need it for PvP, Daka if you need it for dark side missions or for Galactic Wars. What do you guys think?
I agree. I mean, Daka's also pretty good in PvP too.
Yeah, she is. And Shadow Veil just said stun and taunt are killer. Exactly. If you have some stuns going, and you have a good taunt character like Stormtrooper Han or RG, you're gonna go far.
I may be off on the numbers here, but I believe at the, when you give her Omega Mats, her stun chance goes up on both the first chance stun and the second chance stun. So she'll be at like 55% or 65% chance on the first stun, and then a 55% chance on the second stun.
Yep, and she's gonna be really, really good. The only thing that really down on her is the healing ability, but she's really good at reviving people, especially on defense. And her stun is great when you get that ability 8 at, for sure.
So, Doctor, you
another question we got. Another question we got was, who should I farm in Cantina, Old Daka or Fives? My first question back was, do you have Qui-Gon Jinn? And then I don't remember getting a response back. But what do you guys think, Fives or Old Daka?
Fives.
Yeah, same.
5.
Yeah, go for 5s. I mean, Daka, but see, a lot of people, when we do stuff like this and we say 5s, people start saying, "Oh, what do you mean Daka's still a good character? She doesn't suck." No, that's not what we're saying. We're saying we prefer 5s. Daka's still a great character, a lot of great usefulness. And you know what? If you're saying, "Hey, 5s isn't jiving with me, I'm not feeling the 5s thing, I think you guys are wrong," there's absolutely nothing wrong with Daka at all. Go with good old Daka. She's going to stun, she's going to revive. She does have a great kit, and her stun is pretty reliable. So, I mean, and that can get really annoying in PvP.
You're not going to go wrong with either character, really.
Not really.
Yeah.
There are so many good characters in the Cantina shipments. Man, it's like what's been said here before. Just once you start one, just finish them off.
And the worst one in there now is Poe.
Yep.
Really?
Not
you
really.
Think so?
Not really. I mean, I think Jedi Knight Guardian's in there for some reason.
I know. I'm looking at Jedi Knight Guardian and Mob Enforcer, and I'm like, really, bro?
Actually, in the past, not in the past notes, but in one of the who got nerfed and who got buffed, actually the she got really good buffed on the Jedi Guardian. She got buffed.
I gotta tell you, I'm never gonna farm Jedi Knight Guardian, even when I have every single character at 7 stars in Cantina. I'm just gonna put those in the shard shop.
Yeah.
Just got a 7-star characters on it. never getting the 7-star.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna be jumping on that train soon. Try to gear her just for the fun of it.
No, I don't mean that Poe is the worst character in Cantina. I'm just saying that out of all the top tier characters that are in Cantina, I'd say he's the last one I'd be going for.
And then right now, Scott Awesome is saying it's good he's not in voice chat right now because he disagrees with almost everything we are saying.
That's
Hold
so
on, we
funny.
need to get him in here. This is what we need. We need the Remon and Scott Awesome show. That's what we need.
Remon Scott Awesome.
Yeah,
that's the late night show where parental discretion is advised.
I'll bring him in. I think I got everything set up to do a stream. So
Yeah,
maybe later on this evening, we'll do a stream and bring them in here after the after party.
There you go. I need to get you set up. Are you all set up to stream now?
I think so. Yeah,
We'll
we're gonna
get
try
we'll
it.
Get you on Team Skunk,
We're gonna
man.
try it.
We'll get you on
Yeah, we're gonna try it
teamskunk.com,
tonight.
baby. Make sure you guys are checking that out. All right, cool. Well, hey, it looks like we got through most of the questions. I think we did pretty good. Got quite a few announcements we went through. We talked about the guilds. We talked about the new characters. If you guys haven't checked it out, head over to lordskunk.com and check out those cool articles that the community members have put up. There's some good information on there for you guys to see. The Jawa Engineer one is awesome. El Guapo did. It was El Guapo, right? No, that was how do you say it? Lelez did that. Yeah, Lelez
From
did
France.
that.
He's really cool.
Yeah, Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, Italy. And then
Italy. Sorry.
And then El
He killed me for
Guapo.
that.
Yeah, El Guapo put up some good stuff on there too. We got some breakdowns so we know about what the daily guild challenges are. So I think we're good to go, man, on stuff. So we'll get through anything else for tomorrow that pops up. Hopefully we'll get some updates maybe. Maybe I'll hear back from the devs and some of the stuff that I sent over to them. We'll see. We'll give you guys an update on that. But make sure you're checking out lordskunk.com daily, multiple times a day. And make sure that you check out Grand Patron Show. We're going to try to get that over on that teamskunk.com channel so you guys can participate in that. Check that out if you guys are still up. But if not, you can always watch the replay back. But yeah, we want to start promoting our community members to start streaming and start doing videos and stuff. So it's really cool that they're starting to do that. So we'll let Grand Patron run his very first live stream tonight and see how everything goes. All right, guys.
Sweet. I'm excited.
I am too.
Sweet.
All right, sounds good. We'll always have the after party back there in Discord. So make sure you check it out. Teamskunk.com is the website to go for the guild information. The actual channel. Okay, let me show you guys this so you guys know, so you guys can all start adding it. You guys need to subscribe to this as well. Over here, if you go to the main lordskunk.com YouTube channel page, over here to the side it says lordskunk.com network. Right there, Team Skunk. Team Skunk, you guys need to click on that. Make sure you subscribe to it. And our very first content will be from Grand Patron. That's fitting. Our very first show will be from Grand Patron. And he will also send out a message to everyone in Discord as well, so they know to check it out. Check it out there as well. So appreciate that. We will see you guys in the after party in Discord. Make sure you head over there immediately. And we will talk to you guys in there. Thanks.